Welcome back to Pax Mithdosica. It's been a long time. Exactly 27 days, I think. It was the 18th of last month when we had our previous session. But everyone is here again. We managed to conquer the true final boss of any D&D campaign, scheduling. So, since it's been a month, I'm not going to make you guys do the summary unless someone wants to volunteer.
No, I'm.
That's fine. Well, also you weren't here for the last session, so yeah, that's completely fine. So this is a bigger summary than just the previous session, but for the better part of a month, our judges have been traveling across Mythosia, dealing with the problems of judges in its various provinces. It's sort of disconnected sessions, no wider story. Only 2 provinces remain in this, mission that you've been given, which is the province of Transatlia and the province of, Oh, that was a really big fly. Anyway, sorry, a fly just landed on my computer. The province of Transatlia and the province of Cisatlia. At the moment, Renesmee is in the capital of Mythos after she went to find a security box located in the Great Department of Coin. She unearthed its contents and acquired a brochure from an anti-imperial group named the Sons of the Republic. That is about it. The last several days have been spent by Renesmee thinking about her moves and working with the Department of Civility. As for the rest of you, you judges have been spending your time in the great city of Ravinium, in the province of Regia Nova. You learned that the city has turned into a bit of a theocracy, and then you killed a bard named Huba the Fair. He fought so desperately to just escape you, but you murdered him horribly. And
What the fuck?
he was a bad bard. He was a bad bard, but he was still a bard nonetheless.
Bad at playing music?
Yeah, those type.
Bad as in manipulating people, stealing from people, that type of thing.
He was actually causing problems for the world.
Throwing
He did do all those things, but he also was a bard that played music.
Yeah,
Got it.
he
I
told
thought that-
one village that the entire he convinced one village that the entire world was gonna end, and they went fucking doomsday mode, and then when the world didn't end, they were just real pissed.
Well, no, it was even better because right before the night before the world was supposed to end, he said that he was fucking with them, and then he left. So he just destroyed their entire
told
social
them he's
fabric.
trolling.
Yeah, and then he left the village.
Oh, I
And then
thought he
another
just
town,
left
he
and
told
didn't
them
tell
that an undead army was coming, and then they fled the village, and then he stole all their shit and left.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah.
He was so base, dude.
He was a menace.
Oh my god, when you
Did we
said that
kill
he
him, or
was a
did we just-
bad bard, I thought
Yeah.
that you meant that he just was...
Oh, he
like,
played music
was
poorly and they
bad
murdered
music.
him?
I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, he didn't kill anybody, but he did ruin a lot of people's lives.
Did we kill him? I don't remember.
Yes, indeed, you
He
killed
died
him.
in one Eldritch Blast hit.
Correct. I think it was exactly 1 or 2, because you missed one of your attacks. Oh, Ethan?
Ethan? Are you watching TikToks? The hell's happening?
Maybe? Anyways, we're just going to start with Renesmee, because she's a couple days behind you guys. About 3, actually. So, Renesmee, you recovered that pamphlet about the Sons of the Dragon.
Yeah, I opened a security box or something.
Yep.
And
You asked
what
if there
I
was a
looking
camera.
for?
That was still, it's been a month and that still makes me chuckle. And
You find an original platinum coin.
yes, correct. You did find a platinum coin. And shortly after unearthing this security box, you will have been contacted by the Department of Civility, unrelated to this box. The Department of Civility wants to ask you if you would give testimony in relation to the Flamium incident regarding the sect that was there. Basically, they want you to help them get a bunch of official statements in the records, and since Mythosia has such a robust bureaucracy, as we'll put it, it's going to take a while.
Sure, yeah. Fine.
Okay. All right, then you will spend
What's the
3
Flavian
days with the Department of Civility and Faith coalescing your statement. You will tell the same story a dozen times, and it'll be recorded by
God.
different little scribes and things such as that. You'll be entered in through records offices, and this is the nightmarish banality that we largely avoid in this campaign because you guys aren't full-time investigators, but if you were a part of the Department of Civility and this was your job, this is how life would be. 99% of it would just be paperwork, and you get to take a dive into that side. But that also does give you 3 days to sort of exist around the capital when you're not working with the Department of Civility. So is there anything you want to do?
Oh god. I haven't. Do you have any options that I could potentially do? Because my brain is just like recovering.
Yeah, that's fine. Some of the things that would occur is maybe you want to purchase some items. The capital has the largest repository of magical items in the world. Well, in the Empire. It has, the Great Department of Coin if you want to send money somewhere or invest in something. You could also send letters to people that you're trying to keep in contact with. There's lots to do.
Firstly,
Might
I'll
want to contact Tullius, maybe.
Yes. Well, she doesn't have any contact info for him, but...
I'll do two things.
Okay.
Number one, I'll try to send a letter to that professor that we traumatized very badly on.
Oh, yes. Something very Kabrashian sounding. Let me go find him. Zimarov Pushtin. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll just write to him and I'll, wish him well, say I hope that you're doing well. We were thinking of you. Our time on the Isle was very enlightening in like a research aspect, and I can't wait to read about what he writes of it. And once again, we would love to, keep in touch. And he was a really cool dude. And thank you for saving my life once again.
You can send that letter, and due to the incredible speed of the Mithdosian postal system, you will receive a response within 1 day.
Oh my god!
The response.
Saying speed ironically. Holy shit! Why is that so fast?
It's
faster than ours.
Because you chain together horses running full speed.
Huh?
What?
Yeah.
How is that economically viable?
Because the Mithdosian government massively subsidizes this. In real-world history, this was done by the Babylonian Empire, and they were able to move messages 240 miles a day, which is, like, insanely fast. It's, like, 12 times faster than any army.
Why is that faster than my actual fucking post?
Wait,
in real life?
Oh, in real life? That's actually fair.
We have slaves, we don't need horses.
Yeah, that's
is your
fair.
guys' postal service for profit?
Yes, ours does.
Yeah.
We have to pay.
Really?
Yes.
I would imagine so. I mean,
have
FedEx and
like-
UPS operate globally, so.
Yeah, we have multiple like services that operate for profit.
Yeah, but like
One
our
of them is
US postal
subsidized.
service isn't for profit. That's a.
believe
Doesn't
they're all
lose,
for
like a
profit.
enormous amount of money?
Who knows? But either way, the Mithdosian postal system is very fast, and the response that you will get is his handwriting is shaky. You can't tell the exact cause of that, but he will, gush about the excitement of his research. He sent you a 3.5-page letter, so I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but basically, he believes that he has made a massive breakthrough on the nature of what magic actually is. He needs to talk to a couple wizards before he publishes anything that'll make him look like a fool, but he thinks this may be the magnum opus of his entire life.
Oh wow!
So he's gonna disappear pretty soon, I assume.
Oh god.
The Empress gonna get him.
I'm going to send him a letter back and kind of gush over the stuff that he's learned as well. As I'm really interested in this guy, and it will very much portray itself through this message. And I will ask if he's open to talking about what his breakthrough with magic is, or if he wants to meet and chat about it, because I'm that is such an interesting revelation, and of course I would understand if he didn't want to share. But if he would, I mean, I'm all ears, and I see that he seems very excited to talk about it, so I would love to hear that.
Yeah, the first letter primarily had to do with the various sources that he coalesced. He found translations for all but one language he was provided with. He can't find a translation for Fiendish. And then he'll reply to the second letter you sent him. This will be at the end of your time, so you won't get a chance to send another one. But he will send you a letter saying that if you would like to visit him at the Symposium of Salernum, he would be more than happy to talk to you about the research and to bring a wizard if possible.
Salernum.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I've got that down. During this time I'll message him back, but I won't hear a response, and I'll be like, yeah, thank you so much. I will try to make my way there, of course. Life is very busy, schedules are tight, but if I'm able to make a trip there, I will ask for him, and yeah, I'll send that letter back. And throughout the time that I'm kind of going back and forth on these messages, I also want to check out what magical items are available.
Yeah, you can make your way to the Great Department of Magic. Your relationship is about the same as it was before, meaning it's, slightly be above normal. So you will be able to peruse limited stockpiles. The Department of Magic currently has 6 ongoing auctions, the majority of which the top bidder is currently the Department of War. So the 6 items on offer are 2 Cloaks of Protection, a mithril, what they call armory, which contains 15 mithril weapons, a mithril suit of plate armor, a rod of power, and then a circlet of blasting. And currently, Department of War is winning 5 of those auctions. The circuit of blasting is being won by a private citizen.
What is the circuit of blasting?
It allows you to cast the spell Scorching Ray a number of times per long rest.
Oh, 1 second. Let me look up Scorching.
What's the Rod of Power, you said?
Rod of Power, indeed.
What is that?
It is a jewel-encrusted staff, which provides +2 to all spell attack rolls, and saving throws if a spellcaster is wielding it.
Oh,
that's
good.
really good.
It's very good, and currently it is going for about 14,000 gold.
Yeah.
Understandable.
Yeah. I guess my question for you would be, what are the prices that are going
Yeah,
for these
so
items?
the Mithril Arsenal is actually the cheapest of the objects, because even though it's
What is
15,
that?
it's just 15 different weapons and armor pieces made of Mithril.
Oh.
But since I don't think you have much interest in that, that would leave you with the Cloak of Protection, which is currently going for around 900. But you would be bidding against the Department of War, who has almost bottomless coffers. So the only thing
Yeah,
that
and
you
also
have
I have a Cloak of Protection.
Oh, well, there you go. Then the only thing that you could probably reasonably try to get is the Circuit of Blasting. You could attempt to outbid this private citizen.
How much is it going for?
Currently, the Circuit of Blasting is only being sold for 320 gold, which is remarkably low for an item of such, power. It turns a random citizen into a wizard, so it's quite strong.
Oh. And is there a reason, like, in my mind, why it would be going for so low and the Department of Magic wouldn't, or the Department of War wouldn't want it?
Yeah, you can take a look at the bidding history. The item was originally put on auction for only 10 gold pieces, and in the span of about 2 days, it has climbed up by over 300 gold. So this probably isn't the final resting place of the lot. It'll probably get bid up a lot higher. And the 2 primary people bidding are the Department of Magic itself, and then a private citizen.
Got it. And when
Is
does
that
the bidding
person's
end?
name public?
No, not until they actually win the lot.
When does the bidding end?
The bidding ends in several months. Many of these
Oh!
objects will be on auction for many, many months.
That's fucked up.
Like the Rod of Power, the Department of War, Magic, and Faith have all been trying to acquire it, and that's why 1, the price is so high, and 2, it's been on auction for almost a year.
Jesus.
Literally.
Do they not, bid in a timely manner?
No, they do. It's just after you bid, there's a 2-day period in which the auction will continue to go, and Faith, Magic, and War have continually pushed this higher and higher and higher.
Are they pushing it by 1 gold at a time?
Small quantities, yes.
Ah,
Okay, well, I'm not gonna talk. Well, as an auctioneer, I just would want to wait until it's been a day and 23 hours.
Yeah, until there's little time left on the thing.
Yeah, while I'm in the city, I guess I'll just keep my eye on it. But I doubt that the auction will come to such an end.
No, yeah, the Circuit of Blasting, there is a buyout price, by the way, where you can just buy items. For the Circuit of Blasting, that's listed at 3,500 gold.
Wow, that's so much.
Yeah.
what's it for the other stuff?
For the Mithril Arsenal, it's typically just the items standard market value multiplied by 5.
Oh.
Yeah.
What if the auction goes above that? Do they raise the buyout price?
No, then whoever bids to that level will automatically get the item.
Oh, okay.
So for the Staff of Power, for the Rod of Power, there is no buyout limit. So that auction will continue to climb,
alright,
and the Department of Magic will make stinky buku bucks. So,
Got it.
no things to be purchased, then that's all right. You can just chill. In the previous session, you did send a letter to the party informing them that you would be in the capital, just so you know that, Peach, in case it comes up. And I don't think you got a reply. I'm like 89% sure you did not get a reply, but that's okay.
I'm probably just hoping that they're still alive.
Yeah, so on May 11th, you're done in the city. You've delivered your final statement to a, who would it be? It'd be a arch presbyter of the Department of Faith. You would deliver your full statement for the final time, and it would be sealed into law. It would go be filed with your 13 other statements, and you would be done with this investigation for good. And you guys can finally get that delayed improvement with the Department of Civility, because that was going to wait until the investigation is closed. But seeing your willingness to work with the Department of Civility, we're just going to give you that reputation boost now. And you guys have a renowned reputation with the Department of Civility. They are very pleased.
What do you do now?
The Department of Civility, you guys helped them by taking care of that smuggler / anti-imperial, ring.
Yes, but how could they help us if we need it?
Well, yeah, the Department of Civility essentially leads the court system. So, yeah, they enforce secular law as well.
So the next time we get tasked with falsely accusing of someone of a crime, we just...
That is true. You could leverage your clout in the Department of Civility.
What about that one
traitor
that was just chilling and doing drugs?
Oh yeah. I believe he was. Yeah. That regional judge in what province was that? Salaria, Salernum, something like that. Yeah, that is the type of thing that the Department of Civility can do for you. Sedalia, that's the name of the province. So at the end of these days, Renesmee, where are you gonna go?
Well, we had actually talked about the sequence in which they wanted to go.
Counterclockwise.
Yes. So what would have been counterclockwise?
Well, let's go to the map.
Yes. Map time. You guys better have not fucked me.
So here you are on the beautiful Reginan Peninsula. The previous city that you were at was the city of Flamium in the province of Sedalia. So where would you head to next?
And which ones have we already done?
You've done Regia and Flamium.
Regia and Flamium. Okay, then I would go to Ravinium.
Home city.
Cool.
Cool.
Right, guys.
We got boys. Yeah, it's a 100-mile journey, so it'll take a day and a half to get there on some pretty hard horseback riding, but that's no problem.
Is that not where they are?
We'll cross the bridge when we come to it. So you start riding there. And now we will cut back to the main party. So.
Who are in?
The countryside currently, but so the four of you are near that village.
Did we already arrive in a certain town? And I'm pretty sure, because remember how, what's her name? Granny and me were chasing each other on the rooftops?
Yeah, you guys have already been to that city, but we ended the session right after you killed the bard, which means you are currently in a random village in the countryside. Next to
I thought we went to the city.
You did that?
I thought we killed the bard on the way.
No. You looked for the bard on the way, and then you didn't. There's some sequence of events, and it ended with you in the countryside.
Oh.
Either way, you guys have just killed the bard, and you have not made your way back to the Ravinium, nor informed the governor of it. So, what's next? What do we want to do?
I suppose we should head back to Ravinium and inform the governor.
Classic. Okay. Yeah, it's a swift little ride.
And just, stuff.
Oh yeah, are you gonna take the corpse with you?
Cut off his head.
Okay, you cut off the chiseled jawline of Huba the Fair, and you who's carrying the guy's head?
I will carry the head of Huba the Fair.
All right, you put it on the edge of your horse, sort of like Witcher 3 when you have a monster head on the back of the steed. You just put the head of this handsome bard.
Is it standard to be cutting off heads, or is this a really weird thing, Maximus?
It's a little bit weird, but if you want to confirm that you actually killed someone for a bounty, typically head is because hands, anyone has hands, but heads are pretty distinctive.
Okay.
The answer is no, this is not that weird.
It's a
Do
little.
we
Yeah,
get more
yeah.
money for having a head, for bringing the head?
Well, you guys aren't
Because
getting
then-
paid anything because you're not bounty
Oh,
hunters. But if you were
alright.
bounty hunters, then yes, you you would get paid.
It's the 100% way to go.
Yeah, fingers, hands, all these things are just they're not as guaranteed.
Unless there was like a tattoo or something. that
There you
made
go.
me
Yeah,
the-
that would be just
or
as good.
scar or...
Well, the reason I say head is because then they can't be like revivified out in the wild or something.
that too, probably helps too. Yeah.
That too, I guess.
Okay, great. And you take the head and you
Or
guys
speak
ride.
with dead.
Yep.
Can you speak? Oh, I guess they don't have the capacity to speak. That
Yeah,
makes
as long
sense.
as they have a head, you can speak with dead.
Which I will just say to the party because this probably hasn't come up. I have speak with the at all times now.
Real? That's crazy.
Oh, that's the invo.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys ride through the countryside. The return journey, once again, you sort of enter into visual range of the Deadwood. And again, Maximus, Severus, Rixion, for the three of you, this is a place of conflict, but it's not very spooky. Like, push come to shove, whatever comes out of that woods, you know you can kill it because you've done it before. But for Grania, once again, looking at the Deadwood, it gives you this strange feeling of just deep wrongness, of something natural perverted and made vile. Either way, though, you guys can spend the last couple remaining hours of daylight riding back to Ravinium. You will arrive there in the evening on the 11th. The city is, as expected, crawling with legionnaires. Also, the occasional presbyter of the Holy Church of Aurelian Soul. And I assume you're just headed right back to the governor's palace.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys ride up there, and it is time of evening prayer. Evening prayer is not a mandatory ceremony for worshippers of Aurelian Soul. It's really only done by like monks and other incredibly pious individuals. But when you arrive at the sort of governor's complex, you will see that the church is the one that has like 16 guards around it to keep it safe, rather than the governor's mansion. And so you can have your horses tied up, take the head of the bard off the horse, and the four of you can approach the church.
I was I'll leave it on there. I wasn't gonna
Okay.
take it in there.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna like do
No.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna
No, I
like
wasn't gonna,
throw
like,
the head of the
toss it
bard
in
at his feet.
Like,
I thought
do
that's.
we have it like a cloth sack or something, or we just have it like raw dog in an
I think it's just raw, like on the side of
I
the.
will have put it in a sack.
Do you have a sack?
Yeah.
In the city. I have.
We can
well, actually,
probably just
I
buy
don't
one
wanna-
on the way
I don't
somewhere.
want to put it
One
in a
on the-
saddlebag.
In the town before we left, or something.
Okay, if you want, you can buy like a potato sack and just place.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, then you have a
That's
very
probably
smelly
the
potato
best.
sack, because it's like soaked with blood and shit.
Potato sacks kind of smelly.
A different type of smelly.
All you said was smelly.
True, good point. The four of you approach the church, and you can head inside. This is the church that was under construction. Formerly, it was a library. Now it's being, renovated. And the central altar is not completed. There is no statue of the Almighty, but the governor slash basically a priest is kneeled before what will one day be the altar in a act of penance. There are bodyguards, relatively close by to him, but he has his, on his knees, bowed forward. His tunic, I guess, is sort of pulled upwards, and you can see marks of flagellants on his back, which are not like standard practice. It's only done by some very traditionalist sects of the Aurelian Soul faith.
You had to choose a word that is almost identical to flatulence.
I didn't choose the word. It exists in the English language.
Yeah, but you chose to use it in reference to.
I did
what
indeed
assume
use
are,
the
like,
word flagellants,
walking
yes.
marks on a dude's back.
Yeah, I
That's
did.
like but that's like a very specific religious it perfectly.
Yeah, but it
ties
also
the
sounds like
situation.
flatulence. Did you consider
Sure,
that,
but
Hecko?
at first
Didn't
I
realize
thought
what
he
12
said
is.
flatulence.
Listen, we're all pretending to be adults here.
That's right.
Being an adult
So-
has nothing to do with it. I thought he said the word.
Yeah, good point. So this is where you,
Granted, my
the four of you
reaction
find
was
yourselves.
selfish. I'll walk up to the stinky governor.
Yeah, your boots loudly clack against the stone underneath foot, and a couple of the two bodyguards glance back, but the governor does not move from his prostration.
I'll wait then. I'm a pious man myself. Won't interrupt him.
Yeah. You stand there, waiting.
Yeah, I'm gonna be standing there for a while. I've accepted this fact.
Yeah, I'll chill and pray a bit. I'll pray.
Okay. Grania, you are not.
Because Zetnia is a fast recovery.
Yes, I suppose I will. After a couple minutes, I will engage in a prayer of my own.
Yeah, what are you praying for, Maximus?
I don't know, whatever standard.
Pray for victory in battle. Pray for the Mithdosian Empire to triumph over the Son of the Dragon. Pray for peace. Pray for war. There's a lot of options.
Is there not like standard prayers that one can say during?
There is, of course, yeah, just sort of generic, like, protect your people type prayers, but I didn't know if you had something more specific.
I'll pray for us to, succeed in future endeavors and all that good stuff.
Okay. That's a good one. Classic. Father Ixion, do you have anything?
Just praying.
Okay. Grania, you have never belonged to this to this sect, to this religion. I think this is probably, correct me if I'm wrong, I think this is one of the things that still sort of stumps Grania about these Mithdosians, their god worship, because Grania doesn't worship any gods, right?
No.
So yeah, this is all a bit strange. Like this whole building is built around this idea of worship, which is something Grania has never participated in. So while these guys are all, head bowed, praying, and, everything around here has this sort of aura of sanctity around it, what are you doing?
A lot of it has to do with Ivy stuff and the situation, Peach.
So, what's Grania doing?
Sorry, I was dealing with something else.
That's okay.
What's exactly happening?
Everyone else is praying inside this library renovated to church. The governor is also praying, so you're just sort of standing there. Like, I'm asking, as time is passing and as these people are doing this, what is Grania doing to entertain herself, or is she trying to throw up a couple prayers to the homie upstairs?
She wouldn't understand this shit.
Okay.
She's either probably just sitting down off to the side, kicking her feet, or just sitting outside waiting.
Okay. You just sit down in one of the pews and just sort of kick your feet. Eventually, the governor will rise. He'll lower his tunic again. And he will turn to the three of you that are, standing there. And he will say, "So, did it go well?"
Yeah, I forget. Did he say like nondescriptly to deal with him, or did he directly tell us to deal with him?
He said to deal with him.
Ah, okay.
But I'm pretty sure he specifically said that violence is alright.
Oh yeah, he did.
He is dealt with.
Good. You did that quickly.
Yeah, he didn't put up much of a fight.
He proved remarkably adept at slipping the noose of others that had been sent for him. How'd you manage to corner him?
Oh, that's right. Wait, he did put up a fight. Never mind. He put up a really...
He used up all his items.
Yeah.
And we killed him before he could use the teleporter scroll.
Yeah, we got him in that like tall grass, right? With Peach's magic.
It was not Peach's. It was Granius, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, Peach was not even present.
Magic is magic is magic.
Basically.
You rode him down with your horse and like invisibles. To Bane.
We found ways to counter his invisibility.
The governor will nod. Well, good job. There are other provinces that face this province, but I'm not sure if you are the proper people to be assisting with it. They're far below your station as judges. If you'd like to stay in the palace, rooms can be provided for you, since it's so late.
Oh, that sounds excellent.
All right.
Governor, I don't mean to speak out of turn, but I've noticed that for reasons of public order and safety, the tradition of coffee houses has been paused.
Yes, indefinitely.
Is there anything we can help with there? You said they produce troublemakers.
Anti-imperial thought.
Yes. Do you think maybe it would be something that we could help with?
There's nothing to assist with. Currently, plans are going along well enough. Ravidium for far too long has held to its old cultural traditions. They attempt to circumvent the wider Mithdosian culture. They carry around blades, they drink their coffees, they criticize the Emperor from the screen of intellectualism. All these things must be stamped out during my term as governor.
Well, the tradition of fencing, I guess. I understand.
I
sort of
pull my
barbaric.
rapier farther behind me so you can't see it.
I forgot about when you like found random drunk to beat him up.
Real, he did do that. And then he said, this sport sucks.
It did, it was lame.
You challenged a random
Undefeated.
drunk noble.
Well, perfect record, you know? Don't want to taint that.
Yeah, true.
Big facts.
I think that the tradition of not necessarily coffee houses and the culture around them, but the import and preparation of coffee is something that makes Ravinium attractive.
The drink
to
itself
some
is
of
of
the
no
citizens.
problem. There are places where it can be consumed reasonably, such as in our great capital there are such houses, but here in Ravinium they are a degenerate cultural stain.
Alright?
Now, rooms will be provided for, he glances at Grania sitting on a pew, and he'll say, for all four of you. I assume you'll be leaving tomorrow?
Unless you have any more.
Yeah, that would be
Opportunities.
correct.
All right, then.
No reason for us to stay.
And the four of you will be granted rooms in the governor's palace. They are opulent rooms designed for, guests to this city. Ravinium also has one of the most fancy of the governor's palaces in all of Mithdosia, the whole empire. So it's on par with some of the great facilities in the capital itself. And
Does the governor actually live in it?
no,
Ah, yeah.
so there are lots of rooms for you guys to inhabit, basically the entire wing of the palace. This is probably the most pious, non-religious man you've ever met, in the sense of, like, he's not a cleric or, like, a paladin or something like that. Maybe he's just never died. Maybe that's why. But either way, you guys can enjoy his generosity. He will give you guys will get dinner at the governor's palace. He won't join you. He will remain in the church directing the renovations. And you guys will have a bit of alone time. If there's anything that you would like to discuss before going to sleep. Or not.
I'll just bring up. What do you think Renesmee's carrying on?
How long has it been, and when were we expecting her back? Is she taking a long
She
time?
said that no. She said she'd take a couple days, and it's been 3 days since you last saw her.
Yeah, I wonder if she's already perfect. Either way, we should leave her a note when we depart in case she doesn't catch up with us until tomorrow morning.
Does she even know what city we're in?
She said it'd be a couple days, right?
Yeah. Do you want to wait for her here?
I mean, we could. It's been 3 already. She's probably
don't
almost
mind.
done by now.
I wouldn't mind a few more days rest. I'm still feeling that fight a few days ago.
Well, do we want to go for the whole week? It's been a little bit. The next governor wouldn't know the difference. Give her time to catch up. Give her time to rest after traveling that long and that short of time span.
Renee, what do you think?
Be good for all of us, probably.
Would you like to stay or move on?
You asking me?
Yes.
She'll just sign no preference.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you guys won't be able to stay in the governor's palace for that whole time, but you can certainly find rooms. You have plenty of cash to afford it. That evening, you can sleep in these massive, goose feather beds. There is a bit of a disturbance a little bit after midnight that would probably wake up the lightest of sleepers, which in this case I think is probably Severus. You'll hear sounds of shouts from the central courtyard, and you can sort of look out your window and see that there is a small little protest of about 20 or so people in front of the palace who are quickly taken in and arrested by the temple guard atop the
Do I recognize any
palace.
of them?
They seem to be students based on the fact that they're all dressed rather snazzily, and many of the young men have swords at their hips.
Okay.
Of course. You should wake me up so I can challenge them to a duel.
They are currently being dragged away into the depths of the palace.
Yeah. Nuts to that, I suppose.
You can challenge them to a duel in the torture chamber if you want.
Based.
No!
Yeah, so you can sleep through the night. You guys gain a short rest if you benefit from that, which I guess just Grania does. And are we committing to a long rest? Because that would be 1 out of 7 progress towards one if we want to do that.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we're doing.
Yeah, I'd like my con score back.
What, nerf that again?
Oh, I forgot about that.
It'd probably be good for everyone.
Why is your con score lower again?
The mega
think I
nuke,
spotted it.
that one fight.
Oh, yeah. Burning bright. Yeah, you fucking burned real bright.
It's a tombstone.
Okay. Yeah, we can start moving forward a little bit in time, trying to keep it a little bit chronological. So on the...
Oh yeah, I have 2 bags of flour. I'm just gonna get rid of them.
Okay. So you don't think you'll encounter
the
anyone
invisible
invisible?
guy.
Yeah, and they weigh 5 pounds.
That is true. So not the next day, but the day after, around noon, Renesmee, you will have been riding hard through the countryside. The previous day, you were able to gain the kindness of strangers to sleep in one of the homes in the countryside, but today you're hoping to sleep in a proper bed. And slowly, to your south, the Deadwood comes into view. Because it's very close to her. Yeah, Rivinium. Now, what does Renesmee feel about this region now, that, after all that she's experienced?
Just a shiver up her back.
Okay. You keep a close
She's
eye on the woods.
obviously- Yeah, she's obviously made her way out of it before, but when she goes in, strange fucking things always happen, and it's just very eerie. Also, she feels like there's just a hag constantly watching the group. She has a very strong suspicion.
Yeah.
So,
Understandably so, yeah.
Yeah.
You continue along the Imperial Highway until the familiar city of Ravinium comes into view. What is your method of finding your fellow judges?
I would probably go to not the governor. What are they called? The people that chill in the little towns.
The quaestors? There is no quaestor. This would have a governor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you got it.
Well, then I would go to the
capital, yeah.
governor.
Okay. Yeah, as you ride through the city, Renesmee, you notice some things are different. You notice that the plague quarter of the city, which has largely been abandoned since the Lucretian plague swept through the city, is currently under construction, which you know for a fact that it's haunted because you've been there before. You did drugs there when you were infiltrating a student group. You also notice that along the central way of the city, every coffee house is closed. They all have boarded up doors and windows and things such as that. Additionally, when you ride past the Symposium, which is at the base of the hill leading up to the governor's palace, there are 3 buildings in the Symposium that are completely blocked off. 2 of them have legionnaires stationed outside of them, and the campus is remarkably sparse with activity.
I want to go talk to the legionnaires. That piques my interest.
Yeah, you can ride over to one of the blocked off buildings. One of the buildings is currently in the process of hammering nails into boards and blocking off windows, the Optio, the head of this contubernium of soldiers, will walk over and he'll see your judge's badge and give a deep bow.
Good day, sir. These buildings are being cordoned off. I've not heard the news as to why.
By the governor's order, Lady Judge.
Of course. But what was wrong with them? What was occurring?
I think it's some sort of punishment, ma'am.
Punishment.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know what for?
All the protests.
Oh, there have been protests. I apologize. I haven't been keeping my finger on the pulse.
He shrugs.
Thank you. I'll keep riding.
Yeah. and you can ride up the hill. And now we cut back to the rest of the folks because you've been chilling in the city for a day and a half. Maximus, where would you be at? It's noon, 2 days after the second day in the city.
I'll be working on unarmed strikes proficiency during this time, so I would probably doing that.
Are you getting like an actual trainer from the retinue of the governor, or are you doing the more on the ground training by just beating up drunk people? Always got to clarify with Maximus.
Does one get me more progress than the other?
I would say that getting a professional trainer would probably help more.
Okay, I'll do the professional trainer.
Okay. All right, so that's where you are.
At night at the bars, I will obviously.
Bro, Maximus is a menace, dude.
He is.
He's a fucking menace, bro.
Really trying to step up for Lars.
Yeah, true. Severus.
Someone had to take his place.
What are you up to at noon on a basically equivalent of a Tuesday?
Probably learning Imperial Sign Language.
Oh, yeah.
Chasing across rooftops with Grania playing catch.
Okay. Grania, is that essentially what you're up to? Teaching Severus sign language and playing games?
Pretty much, yeah. There's not really much else to do. He's probably teaching me how to take care of the clothes that he bought for me, because Grania's
Oh, yeah, you got your really nice fine
forgot
clothes.
about that. Yeah.
Father Ixion, what about you? What are you doing at noon?
What am I doing at noon? Probably getting some food. And then maybe also doing. How's the what kind of does the church do any kind of charity stuff, or like a
100%? They have soup kitchens.
Yeah, I'll be volunteering my time at the soup kitchen.
You are probably the most intimidating food server in all of Ravinium.
Glowing eye.
Yeah, single glowing eye, scars along. Oh, actually, wait. Do you have lay on hands charges to spend?
No.
Oh, unfortunate, because you could go to the sick wards of the city and assist, but not anymore, because you don't have any land hands. Okay, cool. Then, Renesmee, you can approach the governor's palace. It's more of a complex than an individual building, and there are guards all over the place, and these guards are distinctly different. Last time you were here in the city, it was ruled by a member of Clan Regia, so the guards here were all members of House Regia. Now they are a mixture of local city legionnaires, members of Clan Ignia. They have the Department of Faith logo on the piece of steel on their chest, and then also Temple Guard, which are exceedingly rare. They only exist to protect the highest, most important churches of the faith. And as you ride up, one of the Clan Ignia guards will approach, and when he sees your judge's badge, he'll give a deep bow and say, "Welcome, Lady Judge. Is there someone you're seeking out?"
Yes. If I may request to speak with his governor.
Yes, the governor's doing open office at the moment. You may have to wait in line.
How long is the wait?
He looks over, and there are 4 or 5 buildings here. He looks past what was formerly a library. He looks past the governor's palace itself, and he looks towards a sort of Pantheon-style structure with like a large dome up top that is called the Palace of Justice, and you can see a line of about 200 to 300 people sort of curling out of the main entrance, curling around the building several times, just sort of stretching across the open courtyard. And he'll point over to that.
Well, perhaps you could help me then. I'm looking for fellow judges. Have they come to the city?
Yeah, 4 others arrived a couple of days ago. Only one still in the complex, though.
Oh, wonderful. Where can you let me know where they are?
Yes, he's behind the barracks.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
The man will give a nod and point towards the barracks. It's sort of like attached to the walls. And you can clip-clop over on Nami, one of the only horses to survive the fireball incident. And you can head out back. Behind the barracks is a sort of training yard. It's basically just a sand pit. There are several other Clan Ignia guards, local legionnaires, 1 temple guard, in various states of undress since they're constantly working out. They're not wearing like full armor or anything. And Maximus is there grappling with a man about his size. The 2 of them are real fucking sweaty and covered in sand.
Oh, I'll do that whistle. You know when you find someone sassy, you go like, woo, woo. Except
Yeah.
like, not like in that way, just like in a playful way.
Yeah, wolf whistling. Yeah.
Yeah, a wolf whistle at the And I'll be like, "Hey, Maximus."
Wait,
Oh,
good.
Ethan's
Cat
muted.
calling
Does he
him.
know he's muted? That's the real question.
Oh, Renesmee. I'll motion to the guy to
Yeah, he'll step back.
come back.
Nice to see that you're still alive. How are the others?
All alive, I suppose. We decided to take a week here in the city, wait for you, recuperate. We had a run-in with the bard.
No, this is what you call recuperation, and I motion to the fact that he's fucking fighting someone.
I came out of the fight easy. This is no problem.
What bard incident? Should I just ask the others? You seem to be tied up.
Oh no, not at all. The governor asked us to hunt down a bard that had been swindling locals out of, convincing them the world was going to end, and therefore making off with all of their riches and goods and all that. He asked us to deal with it. We hunted them down. He was pretty slippery. We had to get kind of creative, used invisibility, mind controlled me for a little bit.
Oh.
Yeah, but
You ended up getting him.
yeah, we ended up getting him. We got
Arrested
him in
him.
an area. No, we killed him. In fact, I think his head is still on Mickey.
You take a look
Oh,
around, and then
God.
you recall that the head has been planted on a spike leading up to the governor's palace.
Oh.
Unfortunately, you could go show
never
her, but
mind.
it'd take
It's,
a bit of a walk.
You probably saw the head walking up to the governor.
Oh yeah, true.
Wait, is it one of many, or is it like?
It's one of 5.
Oh, it's one of the 5 heads in there.
Got it. I think I recognized him. What's going on in the city? Have you heard news? What the symposium is being blocked off? There are protests?
Oh yes, the governor is cracking down on anti-imperial sentiment. He seems to believe the symposium and the coffee houses in particular were breeding grounds for that kind of thought, and he's quite pious, quite a man of the emperor.
I see, and they're building into the haunted part of the city. That's a questionable pursuit. Do you know what they're doing there?
That I have no idea. No. I mean, if it's haunted, they'll find out.
Yeah, I would
Better-
ask
for
the
better or for
governor,
worse.
but can you see the line from here?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll say I'd ask the governor, and I'll motion over to that and be like, apparently that's the line to speak with him. So
Yes, he's quite a man of the people. Doesn't believe in preferential treatment and all that.
That's actually quite interesting.
Yeah, but good that you're here. We'll be spending 5 or so days here. So anything you may want to get done. Oh, how'd the trip go? She went to find something out, right?
Yeah, she went to go. You guys found a PO box listed on a note in the city that you were in, and she went to go investigate what was in it.
What was in the box?
Letter. But I'll tell you more about that later.
When we're all together, don't have to talk about it.
Yes, and when, we don't have, outer of non-judge company, and I will...
Yes, probably.
Yes.
Probably for the best.
Yes.
Well, the others, would I have any idea where the others are?
They left the Imperial complex to go do other shit.
The others are out and about somewhere, eating, maybe.
Where are
stealing
you
things.
staying? I could set myself up at this inn, or...
Yeah, I know it's not in the Imperial Palace.
Correct. Any inn would work. So just how much do you want to end up spending here? Because you could do a normal inn, which is a silver a day per person, or you could do one of the very fancy noble inns, which cost a gold a day per person.
Let's do the real fancy one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does everyone have enough to pay?
It'll cost 35 gold for the whole party.
7, basically 7 gold each.
Yeah.
Rather
So
not
what
pay
is
that
it?
much, to be honest.
We could just go to the normal one, I don't mind.
I'll fork the cost.
Based.
Okay.
You gonna pay for everyone?
For anyone who doesn't, who can't pay, or if they lie to me and say.
Where are we staying? Are we staying in some
too.
like? Are you trying to make us stay in some really expensive, luxurious
Yeah.
place?
Yes.
I don't want to stay here.
Yeah, I feel like
lie,
wouldn't care.
then lie to me and tell me you don't have the money.
But then you just said you would pay for it.
He's saying he doesn't want to stay in a fancy place.
Yeah, I'm saying this is a
usually-
waste of funds. You could be donating this to the church, and then I'm gonna leave.
Based.
Oh, okay.
You weren't even there in the first place.
Oh, I wasn't. I didn't know I
Enter
wasn't
screen
there.
and then
My
walks
bad.
off screen just for that one thing.
Supremely based.
It's like a flashback. He suddenly
Yeah.
remembers.
I feel like-
Oh wait, he said that.
Yeah.
I feel like I've given enough money to the church over my time.
Maybe.
I can.
I
Fine,
vote for regular inn.
You know what? Nuts to all of you. I'll stay in the fancy place.
All right, you stay
Yeah.
in the fancy place with 7 gold. Everyone else stays in the normal place, and we'll resolve that at the end of the rest. So, now we can sort of zoom out and talk about the length of the long rest. One world event takes place during this long rest, which is the Battle of Lubavaka, which is a fucking nightmarish conflict where the Mythosian army has been moving eastward, and the news reports they get back to you through the Department of War is that a mind-blowing victory has been achieved against the Son of the Dragon, and then a correction is issued 2 days later stating that the Son of the Dragon army is entirely intact and a Mythosian legion has been obliterated.
Oh no.
Which one?
The legion in question is the 6th Legion, Ferrata. Though, when they say obliterated, it's not actually fully destroyed, it's mostly destroyed.
Yeah, I imagine mostly like combat ineffective.
Yeah. So that is the one event that happens during this long rest. Just another, notch in the belt of the Mythosian legions losing to the Son of the Dragon.
Son of the Dragon, yeah.
Seems to be a common theme recently.
Yeah, and I think,
Some-
yeah, that's all the information we'll get during the long rest, but over the next couple days, more information will leak from the plains. Either way, though, all of these battles have been on the Son of the Dragon's home turf. No one has struck Mythosia proper yet, so W. All right. That's the only world event that happens. Now we'll go person by person. Grania, you said you were gonna, learn how to take care of yourself. Is there any skills that you want to train during the long rest?
I don't even know what my option would be, so probably not.
Anything. I don't know if you have
Okay.
progress towards any skills that you're currently
I
training,
might
but
be
if
able
not, you
to
could start.
teach you something since we're hanging out a lot.
Yeah, you could get, if Severus is already proficient, he could give you 2 progress, and since if he has expertise, he can give you 3 progress, depending
Yeah,
on what he wants
expertise
to
and
teach you.
sleight of hand, stealth, and arcana, if we needed that.
Hmm.
I feel like Arcana would be somewhat different.
Oh, so you could choose
I'm
to
already-
just continue to teach the people that want to learn sign language?
True.
Yeah. I'm already proficient in Arcana, so I guess stealth might help.
Okay, cool. And you said you have expertise, Severus?
Yes. and
Okay,
stealth.
add 3 out of 40 progress to stealth then. Then Father Rixion.
Yeah.
During the rest, you will receive a letter. It is on the last day of the rest, and the letter will read the following. Holy Father Rixion, your reputation precedes you. When I was speaking with my colleagues about who in the Department of Faith could be trusted to deal with this matter swiftly, I was told again and again to seek you out. I am Legate of Legio 6 Ferrata, and have concerns about a certain organization festering within my legion. I'll not say more in a letter, but suffice it to say I need someone I can trust from the Department of Faith. If you are occupied by other duties, please reply promptly, but if possible, make your way to the city of Kujvasco. I await you eagerly. Marcus Agrippa Aulus Bologna, Legate of Legio 6 Ferrata.
Do I recognize that name?
I don't think you know him personally, but you would know that he was formerly a governor of one of the Plains provinces, but now leads a legion.
Okay. And where's Kujavsko?
Kujvasco is on the Tabrashan Plains. You will go to it. It's basically the easternmost point of Mythosian control.
No, the map is killing him.
It is here. It's the city of Kujva, right there on the Tabrashan Plains.
Oh, I'm not there. Oh, okay, so it's south, and then we're like here, and we've got 1, 2, 3 more cities to hit. Is that right?
You have 2 cities. Yeah, it's Harlan, Tranlia, Tarako, and Zisatlia, and
Oh
then
my
you're
god, it's killing him.
It really is
Oh, it's
killing
not just me that's hearing the breaking apart.
No,
dead. I have deceased.
I've been here since the entire time, and you guys kept talking like you could hear him. I'm like,
either way, is it better?
That was totally
I'm just
me.
pretending everything's fine.
Have I returned from the void?
You have, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you need to
I think
do
it's when you're
Parla.
drawing and when it's like loading stuff in.
Yeah, you guys still need to do Parla and Tarako, and then you'll be done with this particular duty. But I mean, you're busy, so perhaps you can do it when you're done with your current task.
Yeah, and I'll talk it over with the. I don't. Well, am I don't know what my role is with this crew. I mean, I'm the veteran trying to just instill wisdom on this young group of kids.
Yeah.
But like, do I think this is permanent?
Too.
No,
You're a child.
certainly not. No,
so
you were
do
sort
I
of
think
told.
after this mission I'm gone.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Then then I won't even discuss it with these people, because who knows if.
Yeah, you've had this
Marcus
happen
Agrippa
before, where
was
like
below
a team of judges will be low on manpower because they lost someone or had a really bad job they needed to do, and you sort of fill the gaps because you're incredibly reliable and you won't die. Okay, cool. Then do you reply to the letter and let them know that you're busy, or do you say that you'll be there in a couple months, or?
Well, months seems pretty long, because I don't think that these last two places are going to take very long.
Okay.
But I will tell them I have other duties at the moment, and then as soon as I'm able, I'll send you another letter that I'm on my way.
Okay. Yeah. Since it's the last day of the rest, no reply will come. Beyond that, during the course of the long rest, what's Father Rixion up to? Obviously, there's not much of a point in training skills, but...
Yeah, if Grania had something useful to say, she'd just say it instead of this weird hand business.
So true, King.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, so what else do you want to do? Just charity for the city?
Yeah, I think so, or whatever the church needs helps with.
I mean, if you
kinda...
want to do truly manual labor, you could join in and just move blocks.
I'm too old for that, but I'll definitely be happy telling people what to do.
Okay, yeah. I mean, the governor will welcome you on, though he doesn't personally know you. Your reputation within the Department of Faith is rather glowing. He'll probably invite you to tell him about the many conflicts that you fought in. He'll sort of stray away from the Boyers Revolts, because those aren't quite as glamorous, because you're killing humans. But the Deadwood War, the Galentine War, he'll ask you many, many questions about, because you're killing zombies. What's not to love? You don't have to have the cold, sober reality of murdering other humans, and you get the glory of battle. So yeah, you can tell him many of your war stories. Renesmee, how are you passing the week in your home city of Ravinium?
I would love to know what the fuck is going on. So, I don't know if I would have cared so much if it was somewhere that I didn't grow up, but
Yeah.
I'm looking around and I'm like, the fucking coffee houses? What? Like, they're building on the haunted territory? Everybody knows that that's haunted. What the fuck is going on? So, I would just like to ask around.
Yeah. You basically have unrestricted access to the governor because, as Maximus said, the governor isn't super procedural. Like, once he's done with his meeting with the people for the day, he'll be more than happy to speak with you. And the general vibe that you get is that the governor views this province as one of the most important in the empire and believes that in the past it was ruled by people who didn't have loyalty. He specifically the previous governor. So he basically wants to bring Ravinium back to where it was 2 decades ago. He wants to annihilate its unique cultural character, make it a proper Mithdosian city, remove all of the things that make it unique. He wants to rebuild the Plague District so it's a functioning city again. Basically, he is the most stereotypical Department of Faith person who wants to purge all local identity and bring, Mithdosian faith to the city.
Would you say he might want to make Regenova great again?
That's what I was literally thinking in my head.
Not quite, just in the sense that Ravinium has actually always been very culturally distinct, so there's no past he's appealing to, it's more so just be like the rest of the Empire.
Based, give an actual answer.
So, am I speaking with him? Is this
yeah, if you'd like to, you can, on the second day of the long rest, third, you can make your way to the church, which is where he spends most of his time. He's currently overlooking a group of laborers who are pulling up blocks to the second floor because he's trying to build a reliquary up there. And as, some of them are hoisting up the blocks, he'll turn around and he'll, explain that all to you because, and I think he'll sort of personally add on at the end and say, And, I've heard great things from your time here in the city as judges. There was that beast in the sewers, there was that senator that you helped take down. I'm not sure what brought you here a couple months ago, but you did good work in cleansing this city.
Of course. This is, as you might not know, my home city. I grew up here, and I care very much about the health and prosperity of this city.
And I'm sure you're glad to hear about all the improvements that we're doing.
I actually was surprised to see that you were building into, what's it called again?
The Plague District?
Yes, the Plague District. It's haunted.
Yes.
Yes.
But we have priests who can consecrate holy ground. There's no reason to surrender 1/8 of the entire city's space to ghosts and children trying to get their kicks.
Oh. I suppose that's true. I hadn't thought that you could potentially unhaunt it.
That is perhaps half the duty of a proper priest of the Almighty.
Do you worry that there will be that if you, I'm not sure how it works, but if something is like desecrated, unholy ground, even if a priest goes there and tries to cleanse it, the spirits or something will still have some sort of sway on them?
We have already done a search of this place in its entirety. There is no true desecrated ground, nor even any true undead, nothing that could kill a man. Only small spirits holding to a place where they died. They must be allowed to move on.
I see. And boarding at the symposium?
The students of the symposium were the most vocal in the closing of the coffee houses. Until they learn to be quiet and follow the will of the Emperor, they will have their institutions closed.
And it was only 3 buildings that were blocked off.
Yes.
Was it the ones that were most vocal?
The School of Poetry and Writing, the School of Art, and then the School of Mathematics. But I'm sure once their students get over their problems, we can open them up.
All useless fields anyway.
This is the School of Mathematics? True.
Yeah,
That's really the most useful one.
So true, King.
Like I said, mathematics doesn't help you hit someone over the head.
So true.
I see. And how long have the protests been going on? I'm sorry, I just haven't been keeping up with news from the home city, I suppose.
Yeah, he pauses to tell a worker that he shouldn't move that block, but the other one, and then they begin to ratchet up that block to the 2nd floor, and then he'll turn back around and say, ever since I closed the coffee houses, which was in December, so that would be some 5 months now.
Oh, and they're still protesting?
I think they're wrapping up now. So far, 3 professors have been arrested on anti-imperial charges, 2 convicted on blasphemy. I think that the message will be clear soon enough.
Do you fear or expect at all that these anti-emperor groups will just meet in secrecy instead of at coffee houses?
I welcome them to do that. Better that the corruption of our empire at least have a pretense of secrecy to it. Before, they would openly criticize the Emperor in public places. The very confidence of our empire is being broken down at its foundations. Now they will hide in the dark places of the world. Such is fitting for such degenerate ideas.
That is true. I find it sad the coffee houses are closed. I felt that they added to the cultural landscape of the city, which made it rich and unique as... well, everything was created under...
Correct.
the Lord's
It did
will.
make it unique. It made the people of Ravinium think they were something special in the Empire. Some even attempted to call back to their cultural heritage before the days of the Empire, before the days of even the Republic. The only reason this city was spared was because it's been so loyal to the Empire for this long, but the Galentine War, the actions while you visited the previous governor, all of these things have proven that only by complete eradication of the city's characters can its loyalty truly be secured.
I think I am one more for the arts and preservation of character, though still loyalty. But I understand your position, though I do not fully agree with it. But
He shrugs.
yes.
Well,
It was nice speaking with you, and thank you for explaining everything that's been going on.
Yes, a pleasure, Lady Judge. And, as Renesmee breaks off that conversation, I assume you were putting it very lightly, correct? I would imagine that Renesmee violently disagrees with everything he just said.
No, absolutely, but I think that Renesmee, through much character building, has realized that when she tells people off to their face, that they typically don't do well with that.
Based.
So she thinks that this guy is just fucking horrible. He's got a dog shit idea. He's ruining the city. He thinks that he's all that, little Mr. Dictator. It reminds me of that, like, you know, in Game of Thrones, that one religious dude. That,
the High Sparrow.
Yeah, it reminds me kind of the High Sparrow. And she's just like, oh, okay, well,
Yeah, I mean, he's very civil about it, but what he's talking about is like a repressive police state killing professors, preventing protests, and shutting down every piece of culture until they all just sort of bend to what he wants them to do. It's pretty awful. But he's polite about it, I guess.
Yeah, now...
They blow up his church.
Based, holy.
Yeah, you should put like some Game of Thrones spoilers on it.
Yeah, wildfire. True.
Yeah. And is there any protests going on right now?
No. Not this particular. During this week, there was 2, but this is before he got to the city. But now they are no longer just arresting professors, they're now actually arresting protesters for anti-imperial speech. So, no, there are no large-scale protest movements in the city. Also, it was always isolated to students. It was never like a general thing. The average person doesn't give a shit about coffee houses or swords.
Got it.
So, what are you doing to pass the week?
I wanted to talk to the students and see what they were thinking, but I feel like if a person with a judge's badge comes up to like a bunch of students after they're getting arrested for anti-imperial thought, and I'm like, hey guys, so
hey fellow kids.
Tell me about these protests. Why do you disagree with it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just got arrested in an Vietnam War protest. The CIA shirt walks up to you. So, what do you guys think of Vietnam
Hello, fellow
War?
child.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Hey. Yes, I too lived here.
Yeah.
I'm going to, I guess, I'll learn some sign language if I can.
Yeah, absolutely. You can catch up to Grania and start to learn Imperial Sign Language. There are also other methods. There are books that teach it, and remarkably effectively, because it's just a series of pictographs, so you actually save a bunch of pages. You don't need like a wacky dictionary or anything.
I will do both.
Awesome. Then you can add 2 progress out of 40 to your Imperial Sign Language proficiency.
Wowee, I'm at 22 now.
Poggers, that's like child level of talk, so you can maybe string together a sentence or 2.
Woo!
Severus.
It's like more than halfway.
Yeah.
What would you like to do as the week progresses? Obviously, in the short term, you're learning Imperial Sign Language and spending time with Grania. Is there anything else that you're doing during the long rest, or things you want to purchase?
Well, I'm teaching us stealth.
Oh, yeah, also that.
I'd like to... How's the criminal underground in the city? To my knowledge, there was like a lot of smuggling here, right?
Do you have a disguise kit or some way to, change up your appearance?
I did buy a disguise kit at the, Wait. I swear I did. Is it on my sheet?
Pause, champ.
I thought you did as well, because I remember reading about this.
I'm fairly sure I bought one the same place I bought Grania's clothes.
Oh, yeah, I also
don't have
remember
on my
that.
Sheet.
Okay, well, you should add that to your sheet, because I do remember that interaction. Yeah, you don't have a proficiency in it specifically, so just roll a generalized dex check for your disguise, and then we can see what you can learn about the criminal underground, because there is one, obviously. Every city in the world has one.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's too late.
Okay.
He was supposed to roll it without, knowing what it was.
No, I don't care. It's not a big deal. I think that in this particular instance, Severus would probably know, because this was, his profession. Yeah.
I do have to spell disguise self.
Oh, you should just use that. That's just better.
We're about to take a long rest, so I can just blow the spell slot.
Yeah. Yeah, you can disguise self. That's so much better than any disguise kit you could ever do. You make yourself look like a criminal you knew back in Nauseous, because he was just skeezy, very sleazy looking. So it's good to adapt that persona. And you can, using Thieves' Cant, you can sort of imply, cajole, and get a vibe that the criminal underground in the city is doing awesome. With all the new construction that's been ordered in the Plague District, there's tons of room for like corruption and overcharging for services and things like that. And specifically, one of the construction companies that was hired to work on the Plague District is owned by one of the local gangs, so they're making a fucking money hand over fist with all this government investment going into the city. So they're thrilled with the current state of affairs, and you can find basically anything you could want to purchase, there is someone in the city selling it.
Is there any... So the criminal underworld is kind of happy with what's happening.
They're thrilled, because the governor isn't, like, cracking down on them that hard compared to, like, how hard he's going on students and other things.
Interesting.
Like, some of them even, there's you can find that 2 illicit coffee houses have started up where, you know, basically like a speakeasy where, you know, they serve coffee and students go and talk shit about the government.
Oh, I'll go to one of those.
Yeah, it's swinging, it's banging. It's in the basement of a ruined house in the Plague District that's been slated for construction in about 2 years, so it's guaranteed to be clear. And inside, you know, people are drinking alcohol mostly, though there is a bit of coffee being served, but it's mostly alcohol, and criticizing the government. And unlike in the coffee houses where there was at least a decorum of like, we'll talk about ideas, but we won't make specific critiques, down here you find about 20 people, and they're like saying, quote, straight out of like some of those books that they were reading. Like they're saying, you know, the Emperor is fake, and the Capulus Creed is true, the Varusian Creed is made up. They're making some, I mean, you've heard all these critiques 1,000 times before in this campaign, but they're just openly stating them, feeling quite comfortable in it.
Yeah, after I've heard enough about it, I'll just, I think I'll snitch.
Ooh. Damn.
You'll snitch.
Who you snitching to?
Can you come and get
Governor.
Maximus? He wants to. Oh.
The
I'm
governor.
telling him about the illicit coffee houses, where you can find them, and that he should seize them while they're open, so you can get as many people that are against the government as possible.
Okay. On the 4th day of the long rest, you can make your way not to the governor, because he doesn't directly deal with these things, but the local legionary garrison, and inform the, I believe it would be Centurion. You inform him of these locations, and that evening, all of them will be hit at the same time, and the following morning, there will be a total of 20 new heads on spikes outside the governor's palace.
Can I participate?
No. I mean, I guess if you really force yourself on them, but they would not want a judge to be looking over their shoulder while they're just trying to do their jobs. That's very stressful.
Fair enough.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, every student found in the speakeasies will be tortured and then executed. And the places will be shut down.
Jesus. I didn't think they'd go that far. Well, whatever.
Okay, add your language proficiency. Oh my god.
How much progress do I get?
2. And Peach, to answer your DM, yes, you can. What do you want to look up about it? You could probably ask Severus, just so you know. Severus is a pretty good source on these things.
Yeah, I don't want anyone to know that I have this stuff.
Oh. Well, then how are you going to learn more
Rags
about
Pog.
Well, no, I just want to, like, go and learn about Venom.
it? Okay. Do you have a nature proficiency?
Yeah, I think I do.
Roll that. Just roll a check. Before we need to go read any books or anything, let's just see if you just know, maybe.
Okay, 1 second, a little lagging.
It's okay, that's okay.
I don't have a proficiency now,
Jesus.
but I...
Severus, bro. That arc where he got 20 students killed, that's crazy. A 13. Yeah, I think you would generally know, not the specifics of how Cobra Venom works, but like the general category of it. It's specifically Cobra, right?
Yeah, Cobra Venom type J.
Okay, so that is a neurotoxin, and it is very likely to kill people, like incredibly so. For context, like just to survive it, you need above a DC 15 on your con check. So that means for an average person, 75% of them would die almost instantly. It's an incredibly lethal poison.
What's the dose?
The dose is 1 milliliter, which is how much you have.
Oh, so I have one.
Yeah, one individual little thin oil inside of a little glass capsule stoppered with a cork.
Is it technically illegal to have this?
No. It's really suspicious, but possession of it in its own right is not illegal.
Hmm.
It's also disgustingly expensive, though. The prices, that would not come from a nature check. That would require research.
Hmm. Interesting. It's a neurotoxin, and how fast does it kill?
With a 13, less than 30 minutes. This is not something to be used in combat. This is something to be used in, like, as a method of assassination.
Assassination tool.
Yeah, to assassinate someone.
But with how
It
fast
needs
it
to be
acts
injected
and
though, right?
Yes.
It
Has
can't
to be
be from like a
injected.
cut or something.
Yeah, I mean, the way that it's supposed to be administered in nature is the cobra bites you, and then as you have open wound,
Yeah,
it
but
spits
you
the...
can't administer it orally, is what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
correct.
can't
If you eat
place
it,
in someone's food.
it'll suck. It'll give you the worst stomachache imaginable, but it won't kill you.
And same with
Hmm.
skin contact. I assume it has to go into the bloodstream.
It
Unless
has
it's
to
an
go into the
open
bloodstream.
wound, I would imagine.
Yeah. So there are ways to use it in combat, but it's not meant for that. It just doesn't kill quick enough to be useful.
So, in the other campaign, when we applied things via the pinprick or nail method, whatever we did,
Yeah.
does that work with this, or does it have to be like a full?
Yeah, this was literally the poison you used in the other campaign.
Okay.
Could you like cover a blade in it and then stab someone, or like?
Yes.
How would you?
You
Okay,
can.
got it.
Now, there's a very,
In my
very,
soda
very
station, I
small
did
amount of it,
that.
though. Yeah, there's a tiny, tiny amount of it, so you'd only be able to get, like, the tip of the blade, and then you'd have to run away, because, again, it takes ages to kill somebody in terms of
Yeah.
combat rounds, because combat rounds are 6 seconds.
That's what I was going to point out. That's why it's better to put it on like a pin or something that they would like normally like step on or move their hand towards and get pricked. That'd be the best way to do it.
I
Or you
see.
shoot
'Cause
them
it's
from
like
afar with a crossbow bolt and
tiny.
run
Yeah,
the
Yeah.
fuck
fuck an
away.
arrow and shit.
Crossbow bolt is a classic.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, I wonder.
Got it. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
I think everyone, now we just got Maximus. Maximus, since you are being trained by a actual person who has the proficiency, you gain 2 progress in your unarmed weapons strike, whatever it's called, proficiency.
Yo,
What is it called? Unarmed
Fun.
strike?
unarmed strikes. Yeah.
Is that real? That sounds wrong, but
Yeah.
okay.
That's what I-
Lars used.
That's
Interesting.
That's what I have written.
Okay, sure. Okay, cool. So I think that's everything. Is there, now this is for all of you, is there anything you'd like to purchase, supplies acquire, letters you'd like to send, people you'd like, is there anything, period, that anyone would like to do before we wrap up the long rest?
I have a hypnotic pattern spell and a teleport scroll.
Oh, that's where it is.
Scrolls of
Yeah.
those 2 things. If I want to get money for those, I think.
Give them to the Department of Magic and they'll put them on auction for you.
Oh yeah,
It needs
this
to
is
happen in the
a-
capital, doesn't it?
Why roll for it? How much money
That's
is it?
why. Yeah. it
Also,
doesn't-
Peach, you should have, just to double check, because I was
Mhm.
checking my notes for a different thing, you should have a scroll of teleport, a scroll of invisibility, a scroll of alter
Uh-huh.
self, right? And then
Oh, yeah.
2 platinum and 400 gold?
800 gold.
Oh, because you liquidated the, yeah, okay. All right, sounds good. I was just
No,
double
I
checking.
didn't liquidate the platinum coins. It said that I found 8 coin purses filled with gold coins worth 800, 2 platinum coins, which are worth 400 each, a scroll of all.
Oh, I think there's a miscommunication. 8 coin
purses.
purses
That
would
math
contain
doesn't add up.
400 gold, because a coin purse holds 50 coins.
Oh,
I may have misspoke. That is a very distinct possibility.
Okay.
I've been known
What
to do
is
that.
1,000 minus 4?
1,000 minus 400 is 600.
600.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, remove them.
Yeah,
all.
Maximus, do you want to sell those? I would recommend keeping the teleport, to be completely honest, but you can sell it if you want. It will sell
For
for a
me?
fucking... no, for Maximus, because he also has a teleport scroll.
Hmm.
But you can sell it if you want. It is worth a lot.
How does teleport work? How many people can be brought with
8.
it?
Ooh.
8
people.
creatures.
Does it have to be to how specific of a location do you have to
Very
get it?
specific.
It's a big
Incredibly
teleporting
specific.
circle.
No,
Yeah,
that's teleportation
Maximus
circle. The
doesn't,
teleport spell works on anything.
Maximus doesn't like or trust magic, so
Okay.
I'll sell that off as well.
Okay, so it is a 7th
How
level
much are you
spell,
getting
which means
for
that
it?
it is in an insanely high bracket. This, I'm just gonna tell you right now, you may make more money in this one transaction than the rest of the campaign combined. So,
What?
roll a d10.
God.
Wait, no, I misspoke. Roll a d45.
Oh,
Why would
Right.
you...
Rolls a 1.
The volatility is so bad, yeah.
Yeah.
But he may make a
let's,
fortune.
let's-
All that
let's
matters
see
is
here.
who's on the market to buy a teleport scroll. If he gets one of the great departments, he makes a literal like fortune. If he gets a random citizen, then
19.
All right.
It's not terrible.
you make 24,000 gold pieces. So,
Wow.
in purchases
Okay,
of
we're
this
retiring,
size,
guys.
there is time that needs to pass for any of this to happen. So, while technically,
Maximus-
eventually, this
Maximus
teleport
has
scroll
a-
will sell for that much, it's going to
Max-
take actual months.
All right then. Yeah.
And where do you want it deposited?
Maximus has a bank account.
Okay.
So,
So it'll
once
be-
he's-
There's no
once
rule
he's told,
and put it all in your bank.
I mean,
There's nowhere
Wait,
else-
it's fine. It's fine. It's
there's
what
nowhere
Maximus
else to
always
put it.
does. And then afterwards, if anybody asks him for money, he'll tell them. Okay.
No,
That's what he's
no shot. That is not how Rixion's gonna let it be done.
Okay,
Wow.
but remember,
Rixion.
that's not how it's gone down, right? Because Maximus has no idea how much money he's made on this.
that is true. So at
okay?
the moment, it's like 4 months until any of this happens. So actually, we do
So-
need to roll for how long it takes. Roll a d6 plus
So
4
we
for the
can-
number of months.
we can all calm down before we attack Maximus.
This is like when the thieves like
But
find it.
Like, we already discussed that we have to split this, right? We said Maximus doesn't get all the loot anymore. I'm pretty sure I made that clear, right?
Yeah, but
don't
he just
get
keeps
all the
picking
gold.
stuff up and no one stops him.
Like I said,
Anyways.
we'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there
when
in
we get there.
in 6 real life months. So roll a
You said
1d6 plus
D6
4.
plus 4?
Yeah. All right, so that is in 6 months. So it'll be in November. November.
Can you update me as Maximus would find out information about?
Yes, yeah. So for now, all he does is he gives it to the Department of Magic, and he just, done.
Yeah, and I will let the party know I sold it.
Just so you know, that's $23 million when we eventually get to it.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Yeah.
And then
23? Is it 24?
the hypnotic.
You're right,
pattern
it's 24,
scroll
thank
as
you.
well.
Hypnotic Pattern will be purchased by the Department of War at a standard fixed price, because that's one of the price-controlled scrolls. They will buy it from you at 800 gold. And day of. Like, you'll just go into the Department of Magic, they'll say, hey, we have to sell this to the Department of War for a fixed price, and you will walk out with, how many bags? 16 bags of gold. He died.
Sorry.
Actually.
Yeah. Okay, those are gone. Should I mark? Oh, other than I got it.
So add 800 gold,
Additional gold,
and
you say?
remove Scroll of Hypnotic Pattern. Remove the
they-
Scroll of
do
Teleport
they-
as well.
Do they give me an indication of how much the teleport scroll would be worth?
Yeah, I mean, so you're at the Department of Magic in Ravinium. You can,
Yeah.
there's a clerk there, and she takes the scroll of teleport. She brings it up to the Arcanist to double check its authenticity, and then she'll come down. And if you ask for a price estimate, she'll tell you, well, the Department of War has been paying a small fortune for them. The last one sold for about 20,000.
And this is Maximus actually dying. What?
Roll for heart attack.
What?
20,000?
You know what? Actually, supremely based. Yeah, Maximus is old when it comes to this. Let's see here.
Roll for heart attack.
Oh, we're good.
Okay.
Yeah, Maximus doesn't have a heart attack. You said, sorry. How much?
20,000.
Oh. That's the average, you say?
Well, that was the previous one. I've seen some sell for as high as 50,000.
Roll for heart attack again.
Yes, yes. Supremely based. Yes, that was exactly the plan. Note the signal.
When aren't we? Like, what was the roll that kills him?
A 1.
What? He just instantly dies, new character?
It's the 100. Yes.
Roll
Yes.
the 100.
Oh,
1%
God.
chance to pass away.
Yeah.
All right then. How long? until
Oh,
I
they
get
take
this?
a long time to sell. The teleport scrolls in particular are in high demand by almost every department. Of course, the Department of War has the most funds, so we should be able to let you know within the year.
Thank you.
Of course.
Yeah. Should I leave something so you? No, you can.
No, your name's already in the record. As long as you don't do a
Yep.
legal name change, you should be fine. Be careful about that, though. It has happened in the past.
Accidentally?
No, someone will get
Oh,
promoted
oh.
in their family, gain a new family name, be adopted, get a new clan name added to the end, and then they can't claim the profits.
Oh, so if I do get my name changed, I should tell you immediately.
Absolutely.
All right. That makes sense.
Well, congratulations, sir.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. And I'll walk out.
Yeah, you walk out with your 16 bags of gold.
Maximus is kind of shell-shocked.
Yeah, I mean, that is enough money to actually buy himself a senatorship. Like, he wouldn't even have to be a judge anymore. He could just straight up buy the rank of senator from some governor.
Yeah, he's going to need to do some thinking and questioning of Alex.
Yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But now you have 800 gold.
For now, I will return to the party.
Okay. So yeah, I think there's a scene that needs to happen.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Severus, please.
I have the instrument of bards, dross loot. To sell.
Yes. Yeah, you can sell this, and similar to other magical items, this one is one of those fixed price ones, not by the Department of War, but by the Department of Civility, because bards' colleges in Mithdosica are strictly regulated, and they are underneath the Department of Civility. So they will purchase this from you at 100 gold pieces, which is a pretty low price for such a potent magical item.
Yeah, it's an insane magical item.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't want to sell it, but actually I can't use it, so fuck. I guess I'm selling it.
Okay, then you will walk out of the Department of Magic liaison's office with 100 gold pieces, 2 bags worth.
What does it actually do?
It allows you to cast spells from it. If you, from this one specifically, you can cast Fly, Invisibility, Levitate, Protection from Evil Good, Animal Friendship, Protection from Energy, Fire only, and Protection from Poison.
And the only prerequisite is having a proficiency in that increment?
Yes, otherwise you take psychic damage.
Also, it needs to be your arcane focus, which only wizards, sorcerers,
you have
bards.
to be a bard.
Yeah.
Got it.
Like, it requires achievement by a bard.
Oh, okay, well there you go.
Parkon, can I check the selling price of the Scroll of Invisibility and Scroll of Alter Self?
Alter Self is open market auction, so we'd roll for it. Invisibility is a fixed price by the Department of Magic.
Which is?
Let me double check. I actually don't remember off the top of my head. 100 gold.
How much time and money does it cost to scribe my own scroll?
Once you reach a level 9 wizard, you can produce scrolls at the cost of 1 day per spell level and a very limited gold cost. It only costs gold to pay for the arcane ink, or in some circumstances, if a spell has like a material component.
Arcane Trickster Rogue.
Doesn't count.
With the ritual cost of
No.
Can I
only wizards and clerics can actually make scrolls.
May I ask how the previous auctions of the Alter Self scrolls have done?
What level is it?
Oh, it just says Scroll of Alter Self.
I know, what level is the spell Alter Self?
Oh!
I'll double check.
Exactly.
It is 2nd level, so the most it's ever sold for is 500 gold, but typically it sells for around 100. Yeah, it's only at 2nd level.
Oh, I thought it was 500.
How do you get scrolls of spells that aren't cleric or wizard spells?
It depends. Most of the time, it's just they're ancient scrolls, like they were written when magic was more potent in the world and most people could make some sort of scroll. In other cases, there are ways for wizards to get non-wizard spells through feats or magical items or magical tomes, things like that. But they're a lot rarer. Like getting a Scroll of Hungers of Hadar, I don't think I've literally ever given a player that because they're just super, 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 super rare.
For the scrolls, if I wanted to use them or something in combat, could I?
Yeah, absolutely. Everyone in the... So yeah, in Scrolls and Valorous, just to go over it again, you don't need to be a spellcaster. Literally, a random soldier on the street could turn into a super soldier and cast, like, 9th level scroll or whatever. There's no check or anything. You just use your action and bada bing, bada boom. And if the scroll requires to use it as, like, a reaction, like a shield scroll, as long as you have it in one of your hands, you can use it as a reaction.
How does stuff that does spellcasting abilities?
Scrolls have fixed modifiers based on their level.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I won't sell them off then.
Okay, sounds
but
good.
Components still need to pre-provide it.
No.
On the...
Scrolls already have the cost was baked
they
into
cost
the scroll.
money, right?
What do you mean?
I thought you had a homebrew rule where if it's like, for example, scroll for Revivify, you still need to pay the...
Oh, yeah, for those things. Yeah. I mean, like, what I meant, like, if it requires a material component that doesn't cost money, then it's already baked into the scroll. But yes, if they cost money, then that you have to provide that, like a diamond or whatever.
Is there any way to get a scroll that has that baked in, or no?
Yes, but they will cost, like, a fortune, an insane amount. Functionally, no. Okay, cool. There's a scene that needs to play out at some point, which is when Renesmee explains what she found. So I think this is canonically, timeline-wise, it's on the third day of the long rest. Everyone's had a long, fruitful day. Maximus is all sweaty and worked out. Grania and Severus also sweaty, but because they were chasing around the city fucking Mach 7. And Father Rixion, he's got some sweat on his brow from a hard day of labor. And the 5 of you can return to the common room that you rented out at this slightly below average inn. Other travelers here are soldiers off duty on the plains, some merchants that are traveling, and one bard, though not a demented one, just a normal guy. And the 5 of you can...
No such thing.
That's good.
The 5 of you can get into a booth, and I'm sure you talk about a lot of other stuff, but Renesmee, what do you got for your fellow judges?
I would like to inform you all about my trip, but not here.
All right then.
So with more privacy.
Where would you like to inform them?
Out in a fucking field.
Outside the
Before,
I have
city?
a spell that can help with that.
Before we leave, I'll speak up. I sold I sold some of the spell scrolls that I have, and I have the money,
Oh,
so we can
Yes, I also sold the loot of the bard.
Really, that probably got you a pretty penny.
No. It's one of those things that is regulated and price fixing. So it's only 100
Yeah,
gold.
one of my scrolls was one of the scrolls was price fixed, and I got 800 for it.
Oh my god, Maximus, what did you sell?
The scroll of invisibility and
Wasn't it one of the pattern?
Hypnotic pattern.
hypnotic pattern. Yes. I got
Wait,
800 for the hypnotic pattern, and they don't know how much they can give me for.
For the scroll of invisibility, that's what I asked for.
No,
You said
not
that-
invisibility. Not invisibility.
teleport.
Teleportation. That's what it was.
You got 800 for it.
No, I got 800 for hypnotic pattern. They don't know how much they're giving me.
Ah. Okay.
It's
What do
auction.
you mean they don't know how much they're giving you?
It's auction.
Oh. How much were you expecting?
It'll take months
Oh,
to
didn't
find out,
ask.
I think.
It'll be months.
Surely they've been sold before.
I'm sure they have.
You didn't ask, really?
We can just
I
ask.
didn't think
When we're
to.
back
Yeah,
at the
there you
auction
go.
house.
Go for it.
Okay, well, if we're able to go back to one of our inns.
Well, you guys are
room is
currently in the
an
common
inn.
room of one, so you can go upstairs if you like
Oh,
into
yeah.
your room.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, you guys head upstairs to...
Oh, yeah, I suppose before we do that, I'll dunk the 16 bags of... the 16 bags of...
How many people are there? There's 5 of us.
Mm.
Wait, why would you want to divvy up gold in a common room?
Yeah, let's
People
not
would
do that
see
down
you
here.
and want to rob you.
We're judges, I don't care.
Casually
Let's not do
places
that
800
anyway.
grand on the table.
Have you
Alright.
seen our party? Like, there's
I
three
don't particularly
pretty
care.
ugly dudes.
Yeah, Father Rixion alone is just like a massive deterrent. What a fucking monster, bro.
So, like I said, I'm gonna plunk the 16 bags.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I'll, let's see, so 5... Wait, are there 5 of us?
Yep.
There's
Yes.
5 of us.
Yep, so 5, 5, 5. We each get 3, and I take the additional.
Wait.
Shouldn't the
that's,
church take the additional?
Did the church sell this scroll?
Did the church provide your country?
Indeed it did. Yes.
Wait, I have 2 more
It's-
bags,
it's
so
still not
Yeah,
even
Severus
back
places
gold.
2 more bags of gold on the table.
fuck with the math.
You got
How do you
900. You got 900 grand
So
sitting
there's
on the
3
table.
extra now.
Yeah.
Okay, 900 divided by 5.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you wouldn't want to break it up by coin basis. I mean, you can if you really want to. If you want to do that, it would be 3.6 bags per
180.
person, which, yeah,
180,
180. Yeah.
Yeah, let's just do that. It's
Okay.
simpler on my mind.
Sounds good. 180 gold for each person.
Wait, we are doing it bag by bag?
Sounds
Sounds right.
coin by
I think
coin.
180
No,
per
we're doing it-
person
we're
is the way
actually
we're
doing
doing
it.
it.
For some.
Yeah.
Is that
Alright,
okay
I
to
will-
just add
I will-
180?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fine.
that's fine with me.
I will unhappily agree to that.
All right, because you wanted an extra bag, bro.
Yeah, of course I wanted an extra
Of course
bag.
you did. All right, yeah, you all add
I'd be
180
so
gold to your
mad.
sheet. Grania, you are now a 100,000 in there. Congratulations.
I don't think she'd accept that much.
Okay, well, where's it gonna go then?
I know.
No,
I think
no.
we all do. We could just.
I'm going to
divvy it
split it up
back up.
between Renesmee and Severus.
Okay, 90 gold for Renesmee, 90 gold for Severus.
I will take 7.
Okay, so 100. One sec.
Why you?
No, I'll figure it out. It's easy. No, we got this.
Yeah.
Okay, 86
Alright,
gold for Renesmee.
Okay.
We got it. No, we got it.
Confusing, I'll just take 2. And I'll take 2.
No. Okay, you take 2. Grania takes 2. Peach, add 89 gold to your sheet.
Okay.
Severus, add 89 gold to your sheet.
It was only because I was rounding out a number on my sheet.
All right.
That's why it was 7.
So you guys head upstairs after doling out the money.
I have a problem. Oh my shit.
You're encumbered from gold.
The coins are too heavy, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, dude, you're literally carrying $500,000 on your person.
Yeah. Can you like, if I like pay something into like a bank,
Yeah.
like, how does that work?
So the Department of Coin, as long as you guys are within Mythdosia, within the Mythosian Empire, you will never have any trouble withdrawing coin from banks. But if you leave the Mythosian Empire, you are
Does it
shit
cost
out of luck.
anything?
No one will ever recognize it. Technically, it kind of does cost something, but we're not going to worry about that. Because basically, you get interest from having given the bank money, and then it does cost a fee to withdraw it, but like these kind of cancel each other out as long as you're not doing it every day. So we're not going to worry about it.
Large amount that I assume if it works like normal banks that the money you earn back on.
Correct. Yeah, the interest will basically pay off any fees. So
What's the average interest?
we're not doing this math right now. There is math to answer this question, but we're not doing it right now. Severus, yeah, you can put however much you want in a Department of Coin bank.
It's probably less than 5%, I guess.
Oh, are we going to a bank now?
I guess so.
Honestly,
No? Okay.
you know
You're
what?
gonna walk
I'm just gonna keep
upstairs,
it on
you'll
me.
be fucking fine.
Okay, you guys head
I'm gonna tell you my
upstairs.
story.
You guys head upstairs. Renesmee can head into her room. It has a nice little balcony, but you guys can, close all the windows and the curtains and keep the door shut. Only the dull sounds of that performing bard downstairs. And she can spill the tea.
Wait, before you do, I'm gonna ritual cast one dice on your hand.
Okay. You sit down, draw a circle around yourself. You chant the words spoken first by a dwarven wizard named Von Dai. And do you explain what you are doing to your party?
Yeah, I'm gonna say you should all sit somewhat closely to me. I'm gonna create a dome that makes it so that people from the outside have a harder time spying on us.
Okay.
Okay.
You all sit down. Some time passes as the circle continues to grow increasingly complex. Slowly, little strands of yellow reach up from the ritual circle, stretching over your heads and touching to one another. Each individual strand combining, coalescing until by the end of the 10 minutes, there is a full opaque dome over your head. And the sounds from below are completely dull. The only sound you hear is each other's breathing.
Wow. Is it a lovely dome inside?
It's just the floor, so.
Oh, it's just the same thing.
Yeah, it's not like an
The
extra dimensional
atmosphere
space, it's
inside
just
the
a
space
semi-dome.
is comfortable and dry though.
Yeah, it's
So
the same as it
this
was
and-
inside.
Yeah, this will outdoors. Outdoors, this will protect us from rain, and also people can't see us from the outside and can't attack us from the outside. This is great for
My
camping
hand
outdoors.
into the barrier.
Yeah, you can, as long as you were in the space when I cast it, you can leave it at any point and return. However, if I leave the
And
circle,
return.
it disappears.
Oh.
It
I
lasts for 8
hold-
hours.
I hold my arm in it so that the barrier engulfs it. What does it feel like?
Warm.
Well,
Probably shouldn't introduce this to soldiers.
Yeah, they would love these so
Oh god, what
much.
the hell?
They'd love this shit, bro.
I went to investigate the lockbox. I managed to get in, of course. And upon opening it, and I'll take out the letter, and I found this, which is a letter, apparently welcoming people to the Sons of the Republic, and I will start to read it out. Except I won't actually read it out because I have strep throat.
Okay, do you want me to go over the handout again, or do you just want me to...
Yeah, you can put up the handout.
Yeah, so here it is. It's very long, so we're not going to go over the whole thing again. But because we did read it 2 sessions ago, but essentially it's saying Emperor's cringe, but one guy destroyed the Empire, destroyed the Republic, so we can destroy the Empire on our own. Let's work together, guys, and, you know, kill the Empire, and welcome to the Sons of the Republic.
Yes, and in there was a scroll of Alter Self, of invisibility, and of teleportation, of which I'm going to choose not to sell, just in case we do need it one day during our ventures. I checked the market price for them, and they're not selling for very much, so I don't think that it would.
What isn't selling for very much?
Which ones?
Alter Self, invisibility, well, teleport is, I didn't check the price on, but I do think that
I'll glare at the others around me. See, it's not so weird.
Well, you actually are selling it. I would figure.
Well, yeah,
you'd
she
have
isn't
that.
selling it. So when I would, you know, when I sell something, I'm usually asking like, how much am I getting for selling this? But you know, that's just me.
yeah, I don't think I'd be interested in selling the teleport scroll, regardless of
Seems-
cost. I mean,
Assumed I'll get a lot for it.
Teleport is like insanely useful, isn't it?
yes, well, if we're in grave danger one day, we could, up to 8 people, I believe.
Wait.
Do you know of any
I need to
circles?
check this.
I did not know that.
Sorry, wait, what are we talking about? Circles?
Teleport is not a ritual spell, Saj.
Oh my god, if it was, that would actually be nightmarish.
I would be.
thank God
Cerberus
it's
would
not.
be rolling.
Yeah, teleport, the spell teleport does not require anything about circles. That's the spell teleportation circle. The way teleport works is it allows you to instantly transport to a place you can see or a destination that you select based on an object that you genuinely know is in that location. So basically a location you're familiar with or a place that you can see within range. If you go to a circle, you won't die. But if you go to places that you are vaguely familiar with, there's a chance that mishaps happen, and mishaps are almost always lethal. So it is better to do circles, but you don't have to do circles. So yeah, it's really strong, and it can go any distance on this plane of existence. So pretty good.
Question.
Mhm.
If, let's say, the item is a necklace on my bedroom counter, right? But then
Yeah.
that's where I'm focusing. And
Yeah.
I know that it was there the last time I had it, but then my mom moved it from
Yeah.
my bedroom counter to my bedroom vanity.
Yeah, that'll increase
Wow.
the chance for a mishap.
Wait. No, this is not how the spell works. Actually,
That is exactly how it works.
This is
Isn't it
literally
just
from the
the
wording of
item?
the spells. Associated object means that you possess an object taken from the desired destination within the last 6 months.
Yeah, which is not the example she gave. She said if there was a
Yeah.
thing on a vanity that she remembered being
Yeah,
there.
which is what I'm trying to say. That's not how the.
Yeah, but you can also choose to teleport to an object. That's also a thing that you can do.
Oh yeah. You can.
Yeah, so she was just talking about a different thing.
Oh yeah. Sure.
And that is
Like
how
I-
it would work for that. But yes, you can take objects from a location and then teleport back to that spot pretty reliably.
Got it. Okay, I was thinking that like it might be if you had a teleportation scroll or the ability to cast it, it might be worth it to have some sort of beacon
That is
hasn't
completely,
moved
yeah, super good.
in the past 1,000 of years. You
Yeah,
know?
the best 2 objects are permanent circles and objects from a location. The next best thing would be a place you're ultra familiar with, which for Renesmee would be like anywhere in Ravinium, just because that's where she grew up. And
Wait, what about like the Deadwood camp she was taken captive in?
that she's very familiar with that, but there's some questions
We
about which
teleport
plane
there,
of
just
existence it's
kill
on.
them?
There's
Mhm.
there's
Mm,
questions
they
about
would.
planes of existence.
Uh,
But also there's always the mishap chance, which just keeps going higher the less familiar with the place you are. So if you're very familiar, it's only 5%, but if it's a wrong location, like you try to teleport to a place that doesn't exist, then it's a 50-50 as to whether you just die. So
So like if I wanted to teleport to that Deadwood camp, but then it ends up not being on this plane,
yeah.
there's a 50% chance.
Yeah,
that-
that's actually, yeah, that's literally the definition of false destination. So yeah, if you try to do that and you can't go there, then there's a 50-50 you just die.
Wow, and including everyone else in the party. Everyone does
Yes,
a coin flip?
everyone that teleports with you, yeah.
Or is it based off of one coin flip?
Oh, it's one coin flip for the whole party.
Wow.
Is it actually you just die, or is it the
Well, it's a mishap, and most
Maybe, like,
mishaps
teleport
result
inside
in
of a
death.
tree or the ground or some shit.
Yeah.
That's the
it's 3d10 force damage by default.
No, that's how the spell's written. I make mishaps much more lethal.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, that makes sense.
yeah, mishaps are
Yeah,
almost
totally.
guaranteed death.
Something- You literally like lose that part of whatever you are because you're mixed in with something else. You just
Yeah, Ethan would know
Cards.
this, and we played a game called Dwarf Game, and they had the teleport spell because they had really high level wizards, but they just used teleportation circle instead because there was always a 5% chance they just lost like their entire party whenever they use teleport, so they just started spamming teleportation circle because it's reliable.
And then I'd use teleport to go back to the circles.
Yeah, which is a 100% guarantee. Yeah.
Got
So
it.
it's dangerous. It's a very dangerous spell.
What would
Can
be
you
the
have a
use case
teleportation-
for us using it? Would there be someone smart that knows a location that we would give the scroll to get us there, or?
No, you guys can just use it yourself if you know the place you're trying to go to.
Does the person who used the scroll necessarily have to go with us, or can you cast it on other people?
Yes.
Not for yourself? Okay.
Yeah, it's you and 8 willing creatures.
Okay, so it's not like someone could trick us. into
Yeah.
forcing
Well, they could actually trick you in the sense of like, oh, I see what you're saying. They'd have to go there with you. Yeah.
Yeah, if
couldn't be
if
just-
one of us dies, we all die.
Yeah.
Like
I think
Geralt's
the optimal
Ruby
way
to
to
lava.
use this,
Yeah, it's not like the rubies.
the optimal way for us to use this would be either to find out a teleportation circle as like a base and be like, oh, we might have to go there in a bad situation, or
good luck
we
with
want to
that.
go to one specific place and we have some way of obtaining an item that is from there.
How much does it
Within the
cost
last
to
6
make a
months.
teleportation circle?
A teleportation
A
circle is a
lot.
separate spell as well, so
I
it's
think it
just
costs
not
like
gonna
100
come up.
gold every day for years of shit.
I changed
certainly
how it
expensive.
works. It's not every day. It's
Nope.
I think it's for 30 days or something. I have to go find the ruling, but it doesn't matter. 'cause
Either
you get
way,
the
it's
spell.
very expensive.
If
Oh, yeah.
Zednius wanted his estate to have one.
Yeah, it's
How
gonna
much-
cost thousands
it's
and
gonna cost a
thousands
shit
of
ton.
gold. Yeah.
Okay.
So, anyways, that's what teleport does.
So we have to find one and then just kill the wizard that made it. That's easy.
Okay.
There's our new base.
I mean, considering teleportation circle was invented in the past, like, what, 2 years? Something like that?
Yeah. No, at this
Was
point in the timeline, it's a
popularized?
5-year-old spell.
Basically ancient,
What?
honestly.
Well,
Random
so
any,
true.
users don't
any
really have it.
reaction to my news?
Oh yeah, the Sons of the Republic.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
They had to be
we should
recruited
obviously
somehow.
tell the Department of Faith.
Mhm.
Yes, of course.
We should probably talk to our
We
superior.
should show this to Tullius, or I don't know Tullius. Never mind. I wouldn't say that.
Unfortunate.
We should talk to the tell this to our superior. Marcus Aurelius, is that his name?
No, but that's funny. No, his name is Capital Department of Faith, Consul Lars Igneo.
Lars, right? I knew he had
We
like
know
some
that.
name. That's-
We could just we could mail it to him. Be like, hey, we found this. You know, do with it what you will.
No, I feel like that's
Holy
un-
base.
not just.
Me when I put like classified government documents in a mailbox.
Yeah.
It's the hide it in
fucking
plain
send it to
sight.
pigeon.
Yeah, true.
Send a very reliable pigeon. I could turn
I
into a
mean,
pigeon.
you just hire a courier and send some guards with him. Like that's
Surely
is that
they
a
will
service? Is that a service we have?
Probably,
Yeah,
but do you
but
remember
available to us?
so many times our encounters in this campaign have been like, oh, we're walking and then there's a cart and some guards and they've all been eaten by something that came
car?
out of the sky.
Oh yeah, there's a car and then there's 4
A
guards. and-
cart! A cart.
Yeah, with the camera.
Yeah,
I don't.
true.
I don't think that happens as often as our escapades would indicate that. It's like being a police officer, right? You see a lot
Wait,
more
no,
crime
she actually
than
is right
police
though.
officers.
The what is it called? The Atlian foothills have gotten very dangerous recently.
Just tell them not to go through the Atlian foothills, bozo.
I feel like this
okay.
is the thing we should bring to somebody in person.
Yeah, I'm not gonna heed by Maximus's advice on this one. I'm going to insist on having an
Okay.
in-person
So who do you want to
convo.
deliver it to in person?
Tullius?
Probably. Yeah. Does
Why
Severus suggest
Tullius
that?
isn't?
He's in
isn't,
Tarocco. We're gonna be in Tarocco not too soon. Somewhat soon.
Isn't he like not our boss though?
No,
he
he's
isn't,
not.
but he
we
has
could show him.
direct connections.
Why would we show this to anyone other than our boss?
Well, Tullius helps us.
Well, yes. but
Anything I could say here
That's-
is
that's
something
not-
you should already understand.
Is
That's
this
not
just a
a-
random guy?
This is a
I'm
random
hearing
guy for
about?
you, yeah.
I don't know who this Tullius
It's
is.
not our decision to make.
Oh, he's a.
Yeah, what is
We're
he?
going- Listen, wait, we're going to continue our way throughout the cities counterclockwise until we've hit each one. If Tullius happens to be in one of the cities that we hit, then we can have him shed an eye on it. He's very he's got his finger on the pulse of a lot of things. He's very insightful, yes. It's not that we're going to give it to him, but rather if he happens to be in the city, he can take a look at it, and then once we're done with this roundabout that we have to do in all the cities, then we'll take it to Consul Larsignia.
I don't know who this Tullius is, but it seems like this is a top secret kind of document that we shouldn't just be showing to men with one name.
Not understanding.
Alright. I have no objections, but I do believe that we should finish our course with the cities nonetheless.
Yes. Yes. I absolutely agree.
Perfect.
Okay. Anything else we want to discuss in the secret dome?
No, but I'm going to say it's very toasty in here. I want to stay in here for longer.
I'm gonna say that did you give us an estimated time on when it would be sold, Maximus? Your fancy scroll.
November was the estimate. Or sorry, I don't actually know that.
Before the year was out.
Yeah, before the year was out is the estimate.
And how long do I think these last two missions are going to take? Like a week, 2 weeks, maybe?
So far, it's taken you 2 weeks to do 3 cities, so probably another 2 weeks.
Yeah, so I don't plan on staying for much longer. I've got another mission I must tend to after we finish these. I'd like to get some sort of contract written up to give me 20% of the earnings off this scroll.
I do the math really quick. There's 5 of us. That's 20%. All right, cool. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine.
I'd like it, written up and stored. I don't know. Is there like a third-party arbitration that would guarantee?
Of course there is. It's our good friends in the Department of
Okay.
Civility. Or Coin, actually.
Okay.
Both could work here.
But civility we have real good standings with, so.
Yeah. In either case, I don't know if you know what a notary is, but both the Civility and Coin do that work. And yeah, this can be formalized. Also, you guys need to go to the bank anyways, because I don't think any of you want to be carrying this much cash on you.
No, not really.
So Father Rixion,
Wait,
just because he's going to only be around for a bit, we don't need to. You can probably just keep it on your sheet. But
Okay. Well, I was gonna drop. I don't. How much
gonna
work are
donate
they
all to
doing
the
on
church.
the? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much.
Just
You're gonna
the
do what?
government paying. Just the government paying itself. Super
I mean, it already
nice.
does that. When the Department of War pays the Department of Magic then gives part of that to the
The
Department of
church
Coin.
is
So.
trying to like take over this city, right?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, I want to help that.
Okay, so do you just want to give a bunch of money to the governor?
The governor.
Or you could give it to the
he's-
church. He is not a
I think
priest.
I would just give it to the church because the church almost has like a say over the governor. He seems to revere the church more than.
I mean, he is a member of
Yeah,
Coin,
he's
isn't he?
like listening to what the father says over what he thinks probably. So.
Okay, yeah, you can give it to the, specifically in this city, you would give it to the Archpresbyter of, I don't remember what this province is called. Regianova, I think? No, that's the other
Yes.
one. No, it is Regianova,
No, we
yeah.
are still
Yeah, you
revenue.
give a bunch of money to the Archpresbyter of Regianova. You will get a little, since they're renovating the library into a church, they'll make a stone with your name carved onto it as a donator.
Okay.
Very pious.
Holy shit, top dono, pog.
Yep, I got the top dono plaque.
Yeah. Okay, and then real quick about Department of Coin stuff, Maximus, somewhere on your sheet you need to denote that contract with Father Rixion, because it's your thing to remember.
Alrighty.
Additionally, if anyone would like to put stuff into the bank, feel free to do that. Again, you have to mark it somewhere on your sheet, because if you lose track of how much money you have in the bank, that's an L for you. Unfortunate. So if you want to deposit anything there.
I, in my role playing, am still in the dome.
Yes, I think
left
everyone
the
else is
dome?
leaving the dome.
Okay.
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay. Severus stays so you can enjoy the warmth.
Great. So on the inside, the dome, we can see out of it, it's transparent, but from the outside, it's opaque.
Yes.
Fantastic. Once I see everyone leave the room, I will...
Severus is still there, because he has to be, or
Yes.
the dome will collapse.
Yes.
Okay.
But when I see everyone else leave the room, I will, be chatting with Severus normally. Yes, and the horse ride was quite fun. Nami was a good girl, and once everyone leaves, I'm like, we're absolutely showing this to Tullius, yes?
Well, of course.
Okay.
If there's anybody who knows anything about this group, it's probably him.
Yep.
Um,
On the same page.
I'm already reaching out to him through some contacts. I can't reach out in detail, but basically, once we're in Morocco, I think we should be able to get a hold of him.
Make it known to him that the rest of our camaraderie probably wouldn't like for him to show his face and see it, so that rather he should sneak up on us in a dark alley or, something of the sort.
Well, I didn't have enough space to tailor the message, but we can. I'm sure he'll just tell us a meeting place and we can deal with it thereby.
Okay, sounds good. And then, as long as Severus is not seeming awkward or like he's being held captive, I will enjoy the warmth and just chat with him.
Yeah, Severus can take this opportunity
In my
to write
mind,
a
it's like
note.
my room, and I'm just chilling here. I'm like, okay, I guess she hangs. I guess she's...
Yeah, you can take this opportunity to write the note in Frumentari. It is addressed to a listening post in Nauseus, given highest priority postage. You write out the 10 words, all in very dense Frumentari script, so it's coded. And then you can sort of seal it up, and then you can just small talk after that.
This.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? Do I know what Frumentari looks like? Written?
It looks a bit like Mithdosian, but then someone had a stroke while writing and then like scattered the text all over the page.
But like, do I recognize it as Frumentari?
No, certainly not.
What the hell are you writing?
Well, don't worry about it. It's code.
Interesting. You know code. You've learned code.
I'm a spy by trade, yeah. It's
Oh, I
kind
guess
of
that
my
makes sense.
thing.
What's this one called?
Oh, it's the language. Have you heard of the Frumentari?
I think by this point, potentially.
I feel like you have to have, because Zednius and Severus were frequently bonding over it. Tullius introduced himself as an agent of the Frumentari. Yeah.
So there's like the Frumentari language.
Yeah, it's an offshoot that to the
It looks like
untrained
you've had
eye
a
looks like
stroke.
gibberish. Yes, it's intended to be that way.
Oh. Yeah, I would really just not even think that. I would think that you were an old man who just couldn't write or something. That's incredible. What does it say?
It's basically just says, give me a second. We should talk. We intercepted an important letter. To Rocco? ? It's just
I
a
like.
short note.
I'm staring at the words, trying to see the words that he has told me
I
is there.
paraphrased it so she can't like.
Yeah, also, you feel like you have
translate.
dyslexia
I'm not
trying to
willing
read
to
this.
teach her this.
Yeah,
I'm not willing to teach her this language. I'm just some paraphrasing.
Mhm.
like the best analogy I have is that there are other countries in real life. There are other countries that use the Latin script, like same as English, but the way they move the words makes it look really weird. Or they throw in their own letters, so then it's like really fucking confusing. And it's sort of like that, where
It's like trying to read Danish, basically.
yeah, it's clearly the same script, but the words are totally fucked up. And there's a couple unique letters to Frumentari just to make it genuinely impossible to decrypt unless you know the language already.
Well, yeah,
It's just
Rena's mate. That reminds
Like
me.
German or something like that.
Sure.
I can't believe that you would just insult me like that.
Is that not? Does that not fit the description? Uses the same script and has additional letters. I know that's.
I guess, yeah. Whatever. Rena's mate. We both got money from Granny that she wouldn't accept, and we're all kind of about to head to the bank.
Yes.
I think the both of us should take the money that she gave us from her, pool it, and open an account for her without her knowing.
Do you
I
know
would
her full
agree
name?
with you.
I don't need to.
No.
You do
I would
indeed
agree
need
with
to know
you
her
in
full
spirit.
name.
No, we can just like okay. Can we open it under like
Severus.
I don't know Rena's name?
Oh, sure. Okay, I
And
thought you were
then,
trying to
like,
open an account for her.
like-
Yeah.
No,
Ah,
yeah,
okay.
basically like a secondary account, and then at some point we can like write it over to her.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yes, okay. Because Severus, just I like the thought and the care behind that decision, and I absolutely would not only give her coin, but maybe a couple of mine. She's very selfless with her money, but in a way that I don't think she knows or cares how to use it. I think the best way that we can handle her money is to keep it in our names and use it to look over her, kind of like parents, if that makes sense. I just don't... If she found out that she had an account under her name, or one day, nobody else was looking after her, and she found out that she had that account, I feel like she just wouldn't do anything with it. She'd still live in the forest and, like... You know what I mean? That's the vibe that I get from her.
But I'm also deeply uncomfortable at the thought of thinking as parents of Grania. That
No, but that we are.
That sounds real wrong.
Not that we are her parents, of
well,
course.
Obviously
but I mean,
not,
in a like caring, looking up for her in a good way. She clearly doesn't want the money, but we could be very generous in the ways that we care for her. Like, I'm sure that she'll need something and maybe not want to ask for it, but we could get it for her. Stuff like that.
Well, I've been trying to do that. Yeah, sure. Yeah, we can do that.
I think that that's probably going to benefit her more than finding out that she has money in her name, of which she never wanted.
Wait, is that stock market?
No.
Okay, no. I was about to say, can we gamble all of Grania's money in crypto, Pog?
You can. You can invest it in Mithdosian raiding fleets.
You could indeed buy ship shares.
What?
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. I mean, you always could.
Yeah, it worked so well the last time.
Yeah, one of Ethan's characters lost like literally $1 million on doing that. So, anyways, yeah, you guys, we can, party goes to the bank, yay! Grania does nothing. Maximus, put away however much you want. Severus and Renesmee, one of you needs to track Grania's bank account for her. It doesn't really matter who, but one of you needs to.
Well, I think that we agree that we're not going to get her a bank account. We're going to kind of keep money on us, treat it like it is quote unquote our own, but just make sure that we care.
Correct. So add to your sheet like 180 gold set aside for Grania.
Yeah, but I think Peach should keep track of this.
Okay.
Because she's the obsessive note keeper.
True. Okay.
But maybe she shouldn't because she's bad at math. I'm not sure.
Hey, wait. Then you need to give me the gold that she gave you, which is how much?
Yeah, she gave me 89.
Oh, 89. Yeah, true. 89.
89. Okay, 1 second. Plus 89 equals
178.
Okay.
8.
Yeah, no, I'm adding it to my total amount.
Windows has a calculator out.
And so how much do I have in total from her? 178?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll set aside monthly for Grania. Okay, perfect. And how much is everyone else putting in the bank? How much should we put in the bank?
That's up to you.
Yeah, I mean, you guys can just do it. Like, just mark it somewhere in your features how much you have in your bank. I'm going to give you, 30 seconds to do that, and then we're going to move on.
From what Harkon basically said, it sounds like you're going to want to keep the majority of it in the bank since it will majorly be in Mithdosica, but you probably want to have at least a sizable chunk on you, just in case we leave Mithdosica. You can withdraw from banks there.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm putting up I'm using it like a class resource on the sheet.
Sounds good.
Like 75-25 or 80-20.
Where are you putting it?
Oh, I'm just putting on my character sheet in a way that I think is easy to track.
So if you can not put weight on it, like you don't assign any weight to it, and you can unequip it and just type out like this amount of gold and then put like in parentheses bank if you want to track it on your sheet as an item.
Okay,
one time there was a player, I don't remember actually who it was, but I think it was my friend Ben. He described the particular, intricacies of how I do inventory in my game as spreadsheets and dragons, and it's so real, dude. It's so real and true.
Absolutely correct.
How
much gold is like a normal person carrying with them?
None.
Not normal, but like
probably a normal rich person.
A normal rich person like 5.
100.
Like 5.
If you're talking about just food and housing and stuff outside of Mithdosica, you wouldn't bring that much. But if you're talking about like anything else that may come up, then you probably want to bring more than that.
Honestly, yeah. After you said that, I'm depositing another 100.
yeah.
I feel way too rich with 200 gold on me.
Yeah, I mean, it is really funny to picture, like, I don't know, obviously credit cards help us diffuse it a lot, but it is funny to picture a rich man in 1920 carrying around like 800 grand, his entire net worth in his pocket.
Also,
Like with a big
based off of-
suitcase.
Yeah, big suitcase.
Also, if you
And
want
that's
to think
only
about it
bills.
visually, each money bag is 50 gold pieces. So
Yeah.
if you want to think about how that looks on
Can
your character, you
one-
probably only have 1 to 2 bags.
Yeah.
Can one not just get a bigger bag and put money in it, and that becomes a money bag?
Yeah, you can use the potato sack that you have the head in.
Of course you can do all of those things, yes. That is obviously an
A
option.
standard money bag, from what people are looking at. Like,
Yeah,
if someone
standard
sees a
coin
bag,
purse
top
is 50
coins
gold.
used. Yeah.
Or 50 coins.
Is
Anyways,
that, like, bursting to the max, or like you can get?
that's
55
bursting to the
if you really
max.
want to? Oh, okay.
All right. So, all of this has been dealt with. The long rest concludes. Everyone can gain their resources, half of their hit dice, rounding up. They can gain back their class-specific resources, all of the stuff and the things. And we can dive back in. So we are in the city of Ravinia, located in the province of Regia Nova. Where are we headed?
Question. Do you think that right now would be a good time for us to have a little pee break?
Yes, I think
I'm
it would
sure
be a
that everyone else
fantastic
really
time.
needs
Now
that.
Yeah,
That would
everyone
be an
else, in
excellent
fact,
time.
everyone but Peach needs one, so we're gonna have a
I'm
quick
Just trying to be considerate of everyone
No, yeah,
else, of
thank
course.
you. Yeah, we'll take a 5-minute break for everyone but Peach. See you in a couple minutes. All right, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. So, oh wait, Dodie, you're here, right?
Yep.
Okay, good.
Okay.
We're in the city of Ravinia. We got a week-long rest. We got our resources replenished. We played a bit of spreadsheets and dragons. We've shared all of our information. Heko left a message for Tullius. And now we are on the move again. So, where are we headed?
We did our long rest.
We did our long
Parla.
rest.
Our contract is third-party arbitrated. Me and Maximus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Been written up and signed, yes.
Then I guess we go on to Parla, no?
Sure. Okay. You guys have heard that the foothills
Well,
around
to the governor.
You've heard that the foothills around the Atlian Mountains are a bit dangerous. Do you want to stray clear of them, or do you want to do the quickest path?
What do you guys think?
We don't. There's like. There shouldn't be anything. There are sometimes monsters in the mountains, is that right? Or did they all
The
get
general
cleared?
lore was that around 80 years ago, the last monster was deemed to be exterminated. But since the psychic scream that echoed from the Atlian Mountains, there have been many sightings. You guys personally encountered 2 packs of monsters. Stories tell of entire patrols of legionnaires going missing, whole contubernum just disappearing off the face of the earth. So ever since that, it seems to have returned. Monsters abound.
Do some combat.
I'd say, well, if we want to go into combat, we could do that, but probably not.
I mean,
Isn't
what are the
our,
like?
quests
What are the percentages of like groups of people getting accosted by monsters?
Less than
Like-
2%.
Yeah. Okay. I think we'll be okay.
Oh, and just on the off chance that we hit that 2%, we might just fucking total party kill.
I mean,
Well,
most of these
it's been
packs of
never-
monsters likely won't be enough to kill you, but some of them could. Like, the previous ones have been Hydras, a hill giant, which was crazy because those were deemed extinguished in all of Eastern Valoros. They were deemed to be extinct, and yet one just strode down from the mountains and destroyed a village, so clearly they're still around. Either way, though. We're headed to Parla through the foothills? Question mark?
Yes.
Okay.
I think so.
Alright, day and a half of travel. So, the first day, you guys ride across the open countryside of Regia Nova. It's a wonderful province, despite the whole dead incident. It's mostly chill. And you guys have to cross the Maggiore River, which you have some experience with. Last time you were along this river was when you were doing the Deadwood arc, and there was a town where there was that group of skeletons in the river that were leaving the river to kill people. So you crossed this,
Oh, yeah.
little river. And you arrive in Transatlia. And less than like 30 minutes after crossing the river into Transatlia, you see ahead of you on the road, there is a large cart with maybe like 30 people in this standard cart, which, you know, just mentally picturing, some of these people are like hanging to the side of the cart. It's sort of like an Indian bus, you know, full occupancy. And it's rattling down the road in your direction, pulled by an ox and a horse.
That's
How do the ox and the horse look like they're doing?
Miserable.
Are
They have different stride lengths. Like this, there's a reason why you're not supposed to mix mix animals when dragging a cart.
What do the people look like?
Frightened.
All of them.
miserable, and miserable?
Generally, yeah. I mean, they're not really looking at you. Half of them are like glancing behind them. Other ones are looking to the woods to the side. It's a little girl that's like sitting in her father's lap in the front, like driver's position. Was the first one to spot these little specks of you guys in the distance.
Oh.
And one of the young men from the cart will like hop off, and he'll sprint ahead of the cart because he can run way faster than this car is, you know, slowly ambling along. And once he's, you know, maybe 200 feet away, he seems like squint and spot your judges' badges, and he'll, you know, run forward and say, "Are you judges?"
Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
thank
I
we
goodness.
just killed someone, took their badges.
I'll,
What?
glare at
I'm
Severus.
joking. I'm joking.
Yes, we are.
Okay.
How may we help?
Villages, they're being attacked all throughout the southern foothills. We know of 3 others.
Attacked by what?
Uncle
Monsters,
Parson, yeah, they're
animals?
monsters. Uncle Parson said he knew what they were called, but I don't remember. Apparently, they haven't been seen in a real long time. They're you know, as tall as you, and he sort of gestures his hand to like Renesmee's head, but she's on horseback, so it's like, you know, 8-9 feet off the ground. As tall as you and big, and they were eating people.
Eating people, you say?
Yeah.
You said your grandfather knew what they were? Is he on the cart?
No,
Did your grandfather make it?
I lost sight of him. We're not the only group from our town. There were 3 others that were going in different directions. We thought it'd be safer to go into Regia Nova. Others ones,
How,
they were going to Parla to inform the governor.
Hmm.
isn't that where we're headed next?
It is.
That's where we were headed, but it seems like we're being.
I mean, we could just, you know, get a head start. I'm sure the governor's gonna have us handle this anyway.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No, certainly.
So could you describe the monsters a bit more closely? Did they
Um,
have fur?
No, they look like
scales?
fat men.
Fat men?
Yeah.
Did they have hair at all?
Yeah, but like body hair, not hair.
Tusks?
Kind of.
Like a lot of hair, or
No, just a little bit.
They have like normal human skin tones?
Yeah. They're all pale skin though. Weirdly pale skin. They look like Kalklanders.
What's it called, Thunder?
It's people from the snowy region to the far north.
They're like red. Are they like ginger? Is that right?
The Kalklanders, yeah, typically are ginger or black haired.
So we got 9 feet tall, bald, fat people with body hair who are really pale.
Yeah.
Eating people who have kind of tusks.
Yeah.
What the
trolls,
fuck?
maybe?
What the fuck? That's very funny.
I'll look around at everyone. Trolls?
I'm not sure.
The cart is slowly ambling closer, and you know, seeing that you're not attacking this guy
Do
and
they
you're
use
talking to him
weapons? Can they
slowly.
talk?
Yeah, the young man will say, they did use weapons, yes. Some of them even had armor, you know, to fit their size. It was huge. Some people said they heard them speaking, but they didn't understand what they were saying.
Sounds like trolls to me.
I only know trolls from the story, so maybe you judges know more, but aren't trolls green?
I
They
don't know.
should be.
I don't know, I've never seen a troll
How much do I know
before.
about trolls?
None of you would have ever encountered them for any, unless, no, there's just, I don't know why you
But
would
I
have
haven't
ever
read
fought
about
them.
them.
Just roll a history check, maybe.
Smile.
Okay, yes, you have heard about trolls. They inhabit the Feywild, Athaloran. Basically, everywhere but the Deadwood, all those other forests have trolls in them. They typically grow very big, and they're very fucking nasty, and they're very green.
Okay, yeah. Trolls are most certainly green.
Oh.
The young man shrugs.
They're just big humans. There's nothing.
Well, they're
to
not
distinguish
human by
them.
any means. Their face looks like, I don't know, primordial?
Primordial?
Yeah, like,
a monkey.
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen one. I've only heard stories from my uncle, but yeah, I mean, he told me the monkeys in Galadrim, they have these, I don't know, I think it looks like that. My uncle is here somewhere, and he glances backwards. He could probably tell you more.
Yep.
And slowly, this cart will start to fully, like, unload around you, and it's a spattering of society. There's, middle-aged men, old men, young women, old women, just everyone from this town got in this cart and fucking bounced out as quickly as possible. And this cluster of people here all seem to be related. They're all referring to each other as uncle or cousin or distant cousin and things like that. And eventually, a 45-year-old man with a big gut and a vest around his shoulders and a spear in his hand will walk over. The spear is broken at the tip, so like the metal piece is missing. And the young boy will be like pulling him over and say, "This is my uncle. He'll probably know more." And the uncle looks down at the kid and looks up at you and says, I think I know what they are.
You tell?
When I was a sailor, there were rumors of beasts in the far west, in the Vorn Mountains, called ogres. I've never seen them myself, but there was one crew member on our ship, a dwarf, who pounded mother's milk until his mind went liquid, but he would talk about the beasts of his homeland and describe something similar.
Did he say anything else about the beasts of his own land? What they were like, what they...
He said that they
how
were
he told
stupid,
them?
but the ones that we fought weren't like that, and he sort of like pats the kid on the shoulder and sort of like pushes him away to be a bit more private, and he says, "And they were casting spells."
The ones back there?
No, the ones in our village. Most of them were big, as tall as you, but there were 3 of them that were much bigger than the others. One of them was in armor. It's been a long time since I've seen, my guess is, I guess you'd call it plate, but it was like big plates sheeted over his body, not fitted armor. And then there were 2 which had tattoos all over their bodies.
Were they glowing?
Oh.
No, the tattoos weren't glowing, but their eyes were.
The eyes. Oh.
What color?
They were glowing green.
The Jade Lady?
Those sound like the
Could be the Jade Lady, could be Iam, could be the... Yeah, a lot of things.
I mean, there's a lot of shades of green. It could also be any kind of demon,
Yeah.
Yeah. What do I know about ogres?
They don't exist in Eastern Valeros by and large. You've heard small scattered populations living in the Delian colonies. A very small group used to be in the Red Serpent Spine, in the Serpent Spine Mountains, but by and large, they're a Western Valeros phenomenon.
Any history of them, like biology, maybe?
Monsters. Like, again, they've been
Can I roll for anything?
Not
Like
really,
this?
because they've been perma-extinct
Okay.
in Mythosia. They've never existed here, so there's
Jeez.
no reason to know about them.
Yeah. How many ogres, assuming they're ogres, were there?
I only saw 3 big ones and 1 smaller one that ate my dog.
Just straight up. Jesus.
No, I got lucky. There was a whole house of a whole family. The father thought that he could hold his ground against them, scare them away with fire like some other beasts that had been coming down. They didn't seem to mind the fire, though, and they took his torch, set it the house ablaze, and when his family tried to flee, they ate well.
Were they using any types of... You said they were intelligent. Some of them were casting
Oh yeah,
spells.
they were casting spells. They were coordinating.
What-
I didn't understand the
what
language
types
they
of
were
spells?
speaking. One of them
Were
spoke,
they-
and fire emerged from his fingertip and set my aunt's house on fire. Another one, he seemed to have wolves following him around.
Well, is everyone evacuating?
Oh yeah, I mean, our village is empty. We told the village nearby, Portiacelli, but Their quaestor is being stubborn, thought he could hold out until legionary reinforcements arrived from Parlo.
Does it look like they're wanting something, or are they just causing like stupid destruction around them?
They're monsters. If they wanted something, I assume they'd try speaking, but all they did is kill and eat.
Stupid destruction then.
Head to this village.
The man says, I'd be careful if I were you. I stabbed one of them. And he sort of holds up the broken end of his spear. Thing barely even noticed.
Immune
I'll
to
look at my
non-magical,
mithril
probably.
lance. I think it'll be alright.
Alright. And he'll, organize the rest of the kids to get out of your way. Some, children will, grasp it, touch the horses, which Mickey is very well trained. So Nami's kind of well trained, but the other horses will get not happy about being touched, especially randomly by a bunch of children. And slowly, this sort of refugee caravan will spread around you and then pass behind you and continue across to the Maggiore. And you will be given directions to Peachachoo. It's pretty easy because it is the largest city in this city. It's the largest town in this southern section of Foothills. It allegedly has a palisade wall, which makes it, much more defendable than any of these other random villages.
Wait.
Hey,
Wait a second.
Alex,
I
have you
just have-
seen...
Have I seen?
Django Unchained?
I have.
You know Christoph Waltz character?
The
He
dentist?
trains his horse. Yeah, he trains his horse to nod its head when his name is said.
No, I don't remember that part.
He does do that. Can I train Mickey to do that?
Probably. Mickey is one of the best trained horses imaginable.
Alright, that's so it shall be.
So it shall be. So, where to?
So wherever city they're from that's being...
Well, yeah, their village is gone. Fucking finito, wiped off the map, but the other town, Peachachoo, is still expected to exist.
Okay, got it.
Okay. Do we want to ride hard? Do we want to just, as hard as the horses can go, or do we want to gain a level of exhaustion in doing that? Because it is still, miles and miles and miles away. Or do we just want to clop over at normal travel speed?
I mean, we're going ready to get into combat, right? Shouldn't we do normal speed?
It's up to you guys. It's just urgency. How urgent do you think it is? Do you need to get a level of exhaustion?
It probably is quite urgent. But...
Yeah, we should be running
The
it
village
down.
is already destroyed. I'm not sure it's,
Yes, there might be some survivors left.
We're going to the intact one, aren't we?
You're going to the local capital, as it were. The regional area with walls.
Yeah, the one that...
Palisade walls.
Yeah. That place isn't destroyed yet, is it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it hasn't been
Parker,
destroyed
can I
yet.
get a reminder?
Hi.
Yeah, about this. If somebody turns into something,
Yeah.
and then they let's say you turn into a dragon and somebody chips off a scale and then you turn back as a
Yeah, we
skull.
previously discussed this in the context of eating Renesmee. It does not work like that.
What?
We talked about this. I don't remember at what point. I just
Like-
remember there was a conversation of what if Renesmee turns into a pig or something, and then we carve off pieces of her flesh, and then she turns back into normal Renesmee. Can we eat her? And the answer was no, because everything that was her body will disappear when she turns back into a normal human.
Oh, and so you won't have any food. Yep.
Correct, yeah.
Or
what if you
Does
eat
the
it
same
and
apply
it
to
comes back?
Wait, no, I feel like that wasn't what we agreed on, Harka.
I feel like
Yeah,
that
that's-
was distinctly what we agreed on, because I remember they couldn't
Based off
eat
of
you.
most Archons were willing.
Wait,
When
not
you
eating me,
gain,
but... Wait. I just
Okay.
want to know this out
Yeah.
of curiosity.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure that I asked if I turned into a bear or something and I was going through prickly thorns,
Yeah.
and then pieces of my fur went out and someone was trying to track me. If I then turned into a human, those pieces of fur would still remain in the bush.
No. I don't know what I said in the
Okay.
past, but that can't work and all, because the alternative is that, Hecko's saying, infinite food and
Implications,
eating people, and druids become literally there would be factories of druids somewhere in the world if that's how it
Yes.
worked. So it just
Yeah,
can't be how it
I'm-
works.
Got it. I thought that we had said that if I turned into a tiger, for example.
No, they just track you
teeth were
through other
very-
methods, not by you being a tiger. They just track
No,
broken leaves
no.
and stuff.
But if I was a tiger, and tiger's teeth were very expensive, and I continually turned into a tiger for my party to pull out my teeth,
Yeah.
and then by the time that I reached 0 hit points as a tiger, I would turn back into Renesmee, etc., that theoretically would have been possible, except the extreme mental anguish that someone would have to go through, that physical anguish again and again, would probably turn them insane.
I mean, there is also that part of it, but also, if things are separate from your body and you turn back into a human, it can't remain. It just gets,
What? As druids get higher in level, can they wild shape for longer?
Yeah, and more times.
Wait, so if
What's
she
the,
turns into a
what's the
venomous
upper limit?
cobra,
Yeah.
but if she turns into a venomous cobra and bites something as the cobra, and then turns back into a human immediately, the poison is neutralized in their body?
Yes.
Interesting.
What's the upper limit for druids?
I think it's like 20
Like, how
hours.
long?
It's like half your level.
Oh, wait, no,
hours,
sorry, it's
some shit?
permanent, because she's a 100.
Oh,
I
at
got a
level
really
20.
wacky question. Hard time.
Okay.
Oh, God. Okay, let's dive back into this. We'll cross this bridge when it comes up.
Oh, shit.
Anyways, so we're riding to the town. Are we taking the level of exhaustion? As a reminder, level 1 exhaustion gives you disadvantage on all ability checks.
Then no. I
You
think
would get
that-
exhaustion, not our horses.
Yes, you and the horses would get exhaustion.
Yeah, I say no.
I was
Um,
about to ask the same thing.
Okay,
Donna.
so you guys
Yeah, that
ride
was-
to the town of Portiacelli, and
was my
you do
question.
not rush your pace.
With Harkon's really this right now. So.
The answer is yes, Dota. That would work fine. That would nourish you.
You're telling me
Um,
like the carbon atoms themselves?
Yes.
Here?
So you guys approach the town of Portiacelli, and in the distance, this is well before you get within like visual range of the town. This is like when you're 8 miles away. You can see smoke in the horizon, rising from both the north, which is in the direction of Portiacelli, and then also from the west, which is in the direction of the rest of the foothills. The smell is that of smoke, but there's a secondary smell, which takes you a second to understand. Actually, Maximus is probably the one that gets it first. Rixion would be a close second, which is the smell of death. It's just the smell of rotting corpses, of voided bowels, of blood drifting on the wind. I think Maximus and Father Rixion both instantly know that when you do come into sight of Portiacelli, it will be a bloodbath.
Maybe we should have spit. Oops.
We would have gotten here and gotten disadvantage on everything.
Slowly,
Well,
you guys rise up a hill, and nestled in the valley between two hills, about 2 miles away now, is a small little town. It has about 30 buildings. It has a little palisade wall, and then a bunch of other farms around it. And this village is burning. You can see structures on fire, smoke, thick black plumes of smoke rising up into the air. You can see bodies scattering the main gate of the palisades. The people there were annihilated. This was a local militia, not an actual legionary force, and the gate was busted open and they were slaughtered. And walking amongst the ruins of the town, you can see the creatures. They're a bit more fearsome than was described. I mean, when you picture a, bare-chested fat man, it's not that intimidating. But then you see some of these ogres, and their faces are distinctly, to use a big word, Cro-Magnon. They look almost like primitive humans in that sense. The average ogre looks a bit like this, with big lower mandibles, sort of bits of hair, but not a lot of it. And in total, there are about 3 distinct war bands. Each one of them is led by a slightly larger ogre, 2 of which have tattoos, which wears armor. Each war band consists of about 6 ogres. What do we want to do? They're 2 miles away, so you're in visual range, but not in even anywhere within combat range.
What do we know about ogres that just
Nothing.
kill them? I mean, the general trend of our empire is kill everything that's not humanoid or pretty much.
Well, not even just not humanoid, not human. Halflings.
No, because we like dwarves.
That's true. You do tokenize dwarves and half elves, but if they're
Do we
goblinoids
kill
or
halflings? I didn't know we killed halflings.
their feet are magical.
yeah.
Everyone kills halflings.
Yeah.
Question: As Grania
They have their one ring.
in the Feywood?
Does Grania what?
As Grania
Good one, Hecko.
in the Feywood?
No, these ogres are not native to Athelloren. Trolls are, but not ogres.
Where would they have
Question
come
is,
from? The mountains?
Do we think we can fight 18 ogres?
No.
No,
Actually,
probably
you guys are
not.
just numbers. Let me give you an exact count, because you can just count them. So it's 5, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15 total.
I'm leaning towards the no on this one.
You do see them eating corpses. The battle's long since over.
Yeah, it's more like how do we
Already
keep
ogre?
these ogres from? How do we
Well.
keep these ogres from killing more
Well,
people?
what's the next city? We go there and we.
So the problem is
Sure, up
you
the
don't know where they're
defenses.
going. Like if they're going in a straight line somewhere, then you could predict the next village. But the density of villages in these foothills is a village about every 2 miles. So if you
how
go in
close are they to each other?
the ogres,
Yeah, like
there's
how
3
dense-
distinct war bands, and each one is focusing on one house, eating the people who were formerly their occupants.
Like, can we just like fucking AoE blast them?
You could AoE blast like 1 or 2 of them. It depends the radius of the AoE, I guess. Also, again, you're like 2 miles away, so I don't know if you have any spells that can go 2 miles.
Well, yeah, no, but like once we're closer.
I mean, we're not gonna kill them with one AOE blast, right?
Well, no.
Also, they're
Unless
very
they use
obviously
it.
intelligent because you can see, like, at one house there's a large tattooed one, and he's like basically casting Firebolt, which is very obviously that spell, onto the thatched roof of the building, setting it on fire. And then you hear sort of screams that echo up from the village, and you watch as
Oh,
like,
we should go right now.
okay, well, in the 6 seconds that it takes you to decide, someone's gonna rush out the front door and be grabbed by one of the smaller ogres and just eaten like in front of you. So
How many
there's
survivors do we think there are?
unclear. There's about 30 buildings inside the town, but every single ogre is concentrated around 3 structures.
Yeah, we need to like save these people now before they die.
I think
so.
we.
I mean,
we
you can
fight
ride as hard
right
as you
into
can,
these
and
things?
you can get there in about less than 30 minutes. Again, it's about 2 miles away, so you're seeing just distance specs. You're not making out any details.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys, we're powerful. We can fuck these people up.
15 ogres.
Yeah.
We're that powerful.
If it was 3, we could chance it. 5, fucking maybe. 15.
Well,
I find this very funny
I
because
only-
all you have is their size as the indicator for their
Yeah,
strength.
yeah, we don't know if one of them
Destroyed
dies
city.
to like a single
And a
stab
destroyed
from a
village,
dagger.
yes. Yeah, they did kill the local
Yeah,
militia.
anything.
That's true.
Let's be real. Anything can destroy a village of idiots.
Jesus
Communists?
Christ.
Come on. 3 of these could have destroyed the entire.
You do watch
village.
as one of the burning huts sort of like partially collapses inward. One of the people, the little speck in the distance, tries to flee through the back and is grabbed by one of the ogres and devoured.
Now would have been a good time for that hypnotic spell.
Yes, it would have. Grumble, grumble.
But they're clearly intelligent. I can cast hallucinatory terrain. I'm not
And
sure what
what's
that
that
would
gonna-
do though.
Yeah.
The building with the collapsed roofs basically fully falls inward onto itself, burning. And
Wait, can't you just make it like a gigantic spiky plant growth and have them like funnel into us through it?
if you think they would just charge you, then yeah, that would be fine.
Maybe.
I could do plant growth around them, yeah. It's only 150 feet.
Holy, that's gigantic.
Currently, they're right across an area 300 feet wide.
Well,
Also,
well,
how
it is
fast are
like-
they? Do we hit and run these people? Like on a horse? Can we just outrun them?
Who knows? All you've
What
seen
weapons
them
does
is
it look like they have?
the average ogre. You know, you have to squint real fucking hard, but you make out what looks to be like a club, maybe like a spiked bat or something equivalent, like just a long piece of wood with metal spikes on it. Then you see a couple other smaller ones that have these large, like, pieces of metal draped across their chest, and then chains that they're holding as weapons. And the larger ones, the ones that are tattooed, just have logs. And then there's one tall one that is in equivalent of plate armor, though it's not the fancy fitted armor of normal humans, but just these large slabs of metal. And he has a massive greatsword.
I'm gonna look towards Renesmee and I'm gonna say, Druid, do you have the heating metal spell?
Yes, I do. I could
maybe.
also
That's-
I could also potentially cast thunder. What is it called?
Call lightning.
Thunder. Call lightning and turn into a bird and go above them, where hopefully it wouldn't be able to hit me or throw things at me.
They can most certainly throw rubble at you. Also, there's at least one spellcaster, which I think we should take out as soon as possible.
Can you maintain concentration after doing that?
Yes.
Yes, I can.
Yeah, that's why druids are scary. Heat metal, then dip.
And just fucking dunk out. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not scary. Turn into an ant or something.
So yeah, turn into a mole and like go
Or a horse
20
and
feet
just
underground.
run away. Or a bird and fly away. I mean, like, there's nothing you can do.
The warband that was around the previously burning structure that's collapsed.
Oh no, your robot is
So
dead.
true,
He's
Hawkeye.
done.
Yeah, you're mine.
Hello?
There
Okay,
we
you're
go.
back.
Okay. The warband that was around the burning structure, they will all sort of like, they seem to withdraw from that building, viewing it to be cleared, and they all sort of sit down, and in a remarkably human thing, they start to like set up camp, basically. They set up a little camp, they start to set up like a campfire. Some of them take out quote unquote rations, which are like legs and body parts from little bags at their sides.
Could we,
Would you like me to do
Wait.
that then?
could we wait till they go to bed and perhaps lure some of them away? You know, reduce their numbers down?
But what would we do with
Maybe.
them? We don't have a gigantic pit to send them down.
Kill them.
Well, we'd kill them. We'd lure them away and then just turn around and kill them. But good distance away where their friends can't reinforce them.
Hmm.
But they
We
seem
could
to be
try.
intelligent enough that they might just, tell their friends.
I mean, they're sure, and then we're no worse off than we were before.
Yeah. I agree with that, honestly.
Cool.
I think we might just, maybe we just sneak up on them. And I try to take out the magic user while he's sleeping.
Is the magic user the one that we saw,
Cast
wearing
fireballs?
armor?
No, he was one of the tattooed ones, was he not?
There are indeed two tattooed large ogres. One of them you've seen cast spells, the other one has just been feasting.
The one that we've seen cast spells, was he wearing armor?
No.
What kind of thing did he cast?
Firebolt.
Firebolt.
Firebolt, yeah.
Bolt.
We don't know that he can cast high level spells, but when we save him, sorry.
With the
Wait,
smoke
do they
and
have glowing eyes?
yeah, I was about to say, with the smoke and ash drifting around the village, the sort of dark plumes hanging over the town, and these glowing green eyes, they look a bit demonic, though that has little to do with actual demons. It's
Yeah.
just a harrowing image to see two glowing green eyes amidst a burning village.
Well, what else would ogres be worshipping? It's gotta be demons.
Oh, okay. Well,
Or
Yeah.
some evil ogre god?
Based. Yes, they are worshiping demons. Yes. And
No. What if they're just
Evil-
literally just worshippers of Aurelian Sol? It'd be so funny.
with
It
green
wouldn't
eyes.
be green.
uh
It would be
I
Rixion's
wear
eyes.
contact lenses.
It's a syncretic version of Aurelian Soul where they call him like the Big Eater, and they worship the Big Eater. That'd be very funny.
Yes.
And they
Well,
follow
yeah,
the
they're not worshipers.
hungering creed.
then they're not worshiping the Aurelian Soul.
True. They're heretics.
And it's okay to kill them. There we go. Problem solved.
Holy shit, he just solved religion.
Did the casters have the plate, or was it more of like a warrior type?
There's only one ogre with plate, and he is very tall, and he has a greatsword, and he has cast no spells, and he does not have glowing eyes.
Only two of them have glowing eyes.
Yeah.
I think that the strat is either to heat metal that guy and just hide until he takes all the damage and the spell runs out or dies. Because I don't.
Could Severus not sneak down there in the night and poison him?
What do I
Poison
know
them
about
how?
ogres and poison resistance?
Nothing.
Yeah, I would imagine that also the dose that you use to kill a human is probably lower than the dose that you use to kill an ogre.
That is actually correct, specifically
Oh,
for this
do we
yeah.
poison
have
system.
poison?
That's true.
You do.
Yeah, we have the Cobra Venom.
But
No,
the
we
Cobra
don't
Venom...
You
use
didn't say that
Cobra
publicly.
Venom.
Oh, that is
Also,
also
I haven't
true.
said that publicly.
Yeah, you need, to affect large-sized creatures, you need 2 times the number of doses.
Ah,
Sorry, 3 times,
Wait,
3
what
times.
dose?
3
it
times.
fucking up pretty good though.
Yeah, I mean, it would do something, but not kill.
Yeah, but it'd be a waste of real good venom.
Yeah, it would be.
That we don't know about, so.
True, also
It was
true.
worth. Well, yeah, but aren't we like landing outside of character right now?
Yes.
Okay.
You watch as another of the burning buildings like partially collapses inward. This time, rather than attempting to flee individually, the whole, again, you just see specks, so it's hard to make out like if they're adults or whatever else. But 4 dots flee the building and get surrounded by 3 ogres and get torn apart in the span of like 12 seconds. Only one structure still remains and currently burning.
Well, do you guys want me to get within range of this guy?
Oh, that's,
What is your what? How, is is the call lightning super obvious that it's magic, or could it be like, oh, this is just some kind
No,
of
it's super
strange
obvious
storm?
that it's magic. A storm comes
Okay.
in out of nowhere, lightning starts falling from the sky and hitting people.
Unless there already was a storm.
Correct, but there is not.
Wait till night. We'll get some more
Always
information on that.
never storms when we want it to, you know.
It almost never storms in Mithdosica,
unfortunately.
actually. I think it's only ever happened
Oh.
like once. It rains a lot, but it
Okay.
rarely storms.
Where's that Cat 5 hurricanes?
Base. Then we're waiting for nightfall. We're gonna leave this last little house to its fate.
I think
You said
even if
we're-
we started sprinting at them now,
You
they'd
said
die
we're
before
2
we
miles
arrive.
away now.
You'd have to distract
Yeah.
them. It wouldn't be like if they just focus on this. Yes, they'd be able to kill it first. But if they spot you, like a mile off, and then they
We
start
shoot a
preparing to do it.
firework into the sky or something.
Yeah. So there are ways to do it, but I'm just if you're waiting till night, it's guaranteed. Joy.
Oh, I didn't realize with fireworks.
Yeah, of course you have.
You've got cantrips of like firebolt, probably.
No.
We've got how many spellcasters? Somebody's got something like that.
So true.
Isn't that like perfect minor illusion thing right there?
I have Thundercloud,
Why
which
the
makes a
spell? Oh, there you
thunderous
go.
sound. I have.
Yeah, if you want them to know you're on this hill, it's pretty easy. So you could try to
Yeah.
distract them and just go in and save that
No,
last little.
No.
Okay. Well, as you continue to plan, the last building collapses in a ball of fire. No one ever leaves the building, so presumably they all burn alive. But I guess that's better than getting eaten alive by ogres.
I don't know, honestly.
No, I'm not sure it is.
Yeah.
Burning alive versus getting ripped apart. And
I bet it's one for the historians to decide.
True.
well, let's wait till night.
Okay.
See what they do.
You guys will enter a section of sparse trees up on this ridge looking down at the village. You don't really set up camp because you can't put up a campfire, but the ogres have no such problems. And you will notice after about 40 minutes, a group of 5 ogres will arrive at the camp and reconnect themselves to one of the war bands. So there are now a total of 20 ogres.
Jesus.
Oh, there's more?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So there are now a total of 20 ogres. Wait. Yeah. It's not that number. It's 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 ogres.
Where did they come from?
They came from the north, opposite of where you guys are in this village.
Is
they
north
had-
at the mountains, or is there another village?
No,
north?
north is in the direction of
Wait.
more villages. The mountains are to the west.
Okay.
How many ogres did the dude send? Did the guy we interviewed?
He said he saw 1 ogre, 2 tattooed ones, and 1 armored one, but he also was in the process of fleeing, so it wasn't like taking accounting of their numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the only reason there's so many was because this one had defenses and all that. Maybe normally they all disperse into like groups of 5 or 6 and attack villages that way. So maybe we could just
Possible.
wait till they disperse like that and attack them group by group.
We can
If
wait till
that's
the
what
morning
they
to
do.
see what they do.
Or we
Yeah, I
can
mean-
attack them while they're off guard at night.
If you can drag one out and we kill it, we might
They'll be
know how strong they are.
They'll be off guard tomorrow night too.
Mm.
As
Wait,
night
aren't there
falls...
half-
Can you
ogres?
speak
Do we
with
know
that
about
something
that?
that doesn't speak
No,
your
you
language?
don't know about that because you haven't been to the city state and they're giga rare.
Okay.
What about language?
Can you speak with dead and something that doesn't speak your language?
No. It understands the
You
languages
can,
that
you
it
just
knew in
don't know
life.
it.
Well, yeah, sure. You also, as you watch them from this copse of trees, you do notice that they are not only intelligent, but like they, despite all the horrific shit they're doing, they clearly have like a human level of intelligence. They're setting up a large cauldron to cook dinner, and even though they're throwing in mass amounts of blood and human body parts, they're like, tasting it to perfection. They're adding seasoning. They're like putting in, sprigs of, things that they think will improve the flavor. They are setting up campfires. They have people on watch, and there's a bit of like camaraderie too. Like they're like drinking together and eating together. All of that stuff. So
Go down and ask them to go away.
true. Just speak their language. Shrimple as.
Yeah, they speak
Oh yeah, that's right. Yep, that's I forgot about that.
I think a thought occurs to you, as night continues to fall, which is, one, how did they get there is the most obvious question. But the second question is, how the fuck did the Western Valorosans deal with this? Because these things are monstrous, and these ones seem intelligent. So, I think it sort of reframes like, Jesus Christ, those guys have been fighting these things for fucking centuries. That's terrifying. But either way, you set up camp, set up watches, I'm imagining, and just keep an eye on them.
Nobody's got Find Familiar, right, to do a little bit of recon?
No.
No, but we've been told that the Legionnaires have already been sent for.
Yeah, though, honestly, like a Contubernium or two of Legionnaires would probably get fucking annihilated if they had to fight us.
But if we saw them charge in, then we've got our backup.
Sure.
Right?
Am I forgetting about something, or did something happen to Het Hagal that I forgot?
Het Hagal is
about?
not in the party because there's no Zednius.
I was gonna say,
Oh, yep, that would do it.
missed that part where Father Rickson was with us?
Yeah,
That's right.
just thought it was Xenius the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, Zednius with a new makeup job.
Yeah, he's just suddenly so religious. I don't know what's happening with him.
That's right. He's off.
Age 30 years.
Off at someone's house.
For like 60.
Yeah, it's more than 30.
Okay, yeah, so throughout the night,
Boy.
you guys can learn a bit more about the ogres. This is on different people's watches, but you notice that one, they take shifts on guard, so they have like a sort of system designed for that. Two, they largely seem to stick to their own little group of like 5 to 6 ogres. They don't do much socializing with the other groups, and when they do, it almost always comes to blows, like wrestling, or they don't seem to be lethal, but just enough to be like assert their authority. Thirdly, is that they throughout the night are like maintaining campfires outside of their actual main camp. So they're not setting up like tents or anything, but they are having like multiple campfires to provide illumination in the surrounding area. So they probably don't have dark vision. And I think that's the main things that you glean. Also, no additional ogres arrive. So it is just 18 throughout the night.
18 or 20?
18. I misspoke when I said 20. But yeah, you guys can get, it's not really much of I guess it is a short rest because you guys are taking shifts. So yeah, you guys can get a short rest. When the sun rises, so at like 5 a.m., the ogres largely, get up and rise. The 3 biggest of the ogres meet up together. They sort of get near an alden tree. They exchange body parts, like one guy hands an arm to the other guy hands a leg back. One of them hands over a whole corpse to the other one. They seem to be doing sort of like a bartering thing, maybe. Not exactly clear. One of the tattooed ones casts a spell that makes the area glow for a couple of moments, and then they all seem to just part ways. And the 3 war bands, consisting of 5 to 6 ogres, all go in opposite directions. One goes north, one goes east, which is out towards the grassy flat plains of Transatlia, and then one goes south, which is in your direction.
Oh!
I want to ask my
Genius.
party to please write like a warning message on a piece of paper, or several, so that I can turn into a bird and quickly fly and deliver it to, if there's any town in the...
You don't think we'll need you for this fight that's about to happen?
Won't that take hours?
Would take hours, yes.
That's true.
I say we've got them split up now. We take off this south one, and then we see how strong they are. If they're weak enough, we just take out the other 2 groups. If they're too strong, then we can do your bird plan.
Okay.
Yeah.
We should get out of their way and tail them for a little bit, so we're sufficiently well. I suppose actually it would take.
They're on foot, so it's going to take them a while to walk to. It's going to take them like a half hour-ish.
Yeah,
So
they
they're
seem to
tall
move at
for
about
me.
a human pace, which is interesting because they're so much taller. So they do these long looping steps, but they walk very slowly. So it ends up resulting to about the same speed as a human.
Okay, so and the other groups would be at least 4 miles away by that time, right? So
Yeah,
there's
also
no
they'd be out of
possible-
visual range because once you get up onto the ridges of these valleys, the second you go over the ridge, you're out of sight.
Cool.
What
Yeah,
if we
let's
just
just
head towards the south group.
Well, the south group is walking in your direction.
why
Yeah,
don't
but
we
what
just
if
sit
we
here?
catch them midway?
Sure.
Why?
I guess.
Why?
They'd be far enough for the other, even if the other groups noticed, it would take them like minutes, if not longer, to even get to the battlefield. By that time,
Yeah.
we're already done with them.
Yeah, but why would we even risk that?
Well, so we don't have as much catching up to do, and we just don't lose them out of sight.
they're 9 foot tall. Ogre
No, he is right.
abominations.
You will lose line of sight of them because and they are as
Yeah, but I
fast.
don't
I
think-
guess on horseback you're faster, but you would lose line of
I
sight.
don't think tracking is going to be an issue.
I can turn into a bird and fly quite quickly.
And they are moving along Mythosian roadways. Like they're not using cross-country things. They're walking along pre-made Mythosian cobblestone roads.
Well, yeah, but it'd be like tracking a mouse tank moving along the road, right?
No, I'm not saying it would be hard to track them. I'm just saying they would break line of sight and they could do some.
It's more. Basically, it's more time to catch up, which means more civilians potentially dying.
Sure, but then there's also the chance that the other groups, while they may not get to us in time, they may see us attacking the group, and then we've just alerted one, if not both, of the groups that someone is attacking them when we didn't have to.
Yeah, sure. This group that's going south, which one of the 3 big ones is coming?
Is the one of the tattooed ones?
Good.
Oh, it's just
Wait.
one tattooed one.
No. That was the largest one in the group. There are a total of 5 ogres. One has chains, like several chain weapons, and one of them is the big one's tattooed.
What is a chain weapon?
Anyone-
It's a
Yeah, what is-
sickle at the end of a roughly 15-foot long chain.
That must be a really
Jesus.
bad weapon, right? Like, actually garbage you can't hit with it doesn't do proper damage. Because I remember trying to come up with a weapon like that on my own, and you said it was gonna be awful.
Yeah.
It's probably like improvised garbage, surely. Surely Hakon doesn't just
do
use
any of
different-
them
Surely the
armor on?
stats don't change when you triple the size of it.
What's up, Pete?
Do any of them have armor on, or any of those the armored ones?
The chain one has a single metal pauldron, but I would not say he's wearing armor.
Got it.
I wouldn't say use a heat metal on this.
Okay.
Might want to.
So we're letting them walk past us, and then we're shadowing them.
I feel
I
like
thought we were
I
just.
think we should just attack them as soon
Setting
as
up
they
a
get to
trap.
it. Yeah, we should just
Yeah,
set up a
that's-
trap and then ambush them.
Okay. What's the trap?
Yeah.
Well, is there
I
any,
look
like-
towards the rogue.
Yeah,
yeah,
is
the
there
trap
any,
is that we're hiding.
yeah, is
And
there
we
any like
can
places
take-
that we can hide at next to the road?
They're probably
Absolutely,
2
yeah.
HP for multiple sleeps, so I have hypnotic pattern.
That would
Hold
be
on,
great.
only
Let's
work on
show the
one.
battle map, and you can tell me what you want to do.
Does hold monster not scale with level, or is that where it is?
Here we are.
Well, it's level 5, so
Okay.
Hypnotic
Minus
pattern would be like
90.
perfect, I think. Unless they're like far apart from each other.
So down here
Oh.
is the road.
Oh,
Oh,
God, he's
eco
dead.
I
lagging.
thought that was a river.
No, that is a road. It's a
Are you
road.
sure?
Are you sure it's not
It's a
this
road.
is
With
the
the tree
road?
going over it?
I'm sure it's a road.
Yeah.
I think it's supposed
That is
Common
definitely a
road
river. and
behavior.
This is definitely over the road.
Okay, yeah, we'll go with
I
that
think,
one.
I think there's no road here, and it's just different elevations.
No, we'll go with the. I do know the elevation thing. That's definitely elevation, not the road. I'm gonna go with that road.
Okay, that's just a random tree on the road.
Yeah,
That's
it is.
perfect.
You know, these roads aren't super
Yeah,
well
so you can
maintained.
cross over the road. You don't want to step on the road.
Yeah,
Move away.
exactly.
Yeah, the road is wet. It's so weird.
So that's a road.
Shouldn't we get off our horses? Our
It's a
horses
really
are
moist
surely
road.
going to die if they like hit us and then.
Yeah. Is this like a tree or a bush?
Is my voice robotic when you're measuring?
Yes.
Interesting.
I've been sending people before.
That's a tree. It's a tree.
It looks like most of these are trees.
Yeah,
Even these smaller ones look like trees.
all of them are trees.
Just keep drawing L's to give Hakon internet
What are
help.
you doing, man?
It's too funny.
Okay.
But yeah, looking at my stuff, the only thing I could really do is.
I'm gonna grab a glass of water. Be right back.
Okay.
Because if not hypnotic pattern, I have some other AoE stuff like plant growth, but it wouldn't. It'd be initiating the fight. It wouldn't stop the fight.
Yeah.
And I do have
Yeah,
hold
so-
monster, but it's concentration only one person or one thing.
Yeah, I think we could like set up like around this place here for like an ambush.
That'll put you very close to the road.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. It's gonna make stealth harder,
I think
but
we should both Yogi and Feature Council. Let's just wait.
that's true. Yeah, good point. We'll take a quick 5-minute break. We'll be back with a bit more of an ambush plan as well as everyone here. Here, we're back.
That was.
All right, well, we're back. That was like a 3-second break. Well, we're back. we have everyone back here. So what are we doing? How are we setting up to fight these ogre?
I think, unless someone has a reason as to why not, that we should get off of our horses. I think that it's a danger to them to be too close to these ogres.
Yeah,
you
but the
all can
horse
do
is
that.
like here
I
behind
will
the
not be.
bushes.
Yeah.
That makes
Yeah,
sense
the only
pretty well.
reason not to is if they. I think even if they alert other people, I think we'll have plenty of chance to go get our
I
horses. and leave.
think Maximus should stay further back, like maybe like here. Because he can move further, but he's also not stealthy at all with a horse.
No,
Very true. I'm not stealthy without a horse, so.
if I'm
Exactly.
mounted,
Not
can my
stealthy
horse
at all.
attack?
No.
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 Okay.
Well, the riding horse has a attack action.
Well, mine's a special horse.
Right, it's your mind
This is a
connected.
summon.
to
All of
us.
these things are true, and yet when you are mounted, you and your horse, it's not yet that your horse is a separate creature, it's that you're using your actions to control your horse. So if you make an attack with your horse, you're circumventing your own attack action, which you
What
would
if
never
he's
want to do.
unmounted and just telling it to fuck that guy up?
Well, since he actually has mental control over it, yeah, it would roll on its own initiative and do stuff. But for most horses, they would not.
Oh, that's what I was asking, is if my horse would be able to join us in combat.
Oh, it would.
So-
I'm just going to tell you now,
Okay.
though, horses are dog shit in combat.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Yeah, they're
Well,
really
maybe
bad.
not.
Maybe if you were like dying and
They're
you
really
needed to do
bad
something.
because they're really good against ogres. Smart.
Okay.
I don't have the sheet. It's just like a regular war horse.
It's just a
so I'll
regular
have to
war
just
horse.
look at
30 HP,
Well,
18
we-
AC, like 2d4 damage on hit.
So if we
That's
want to
pretty
start the
good.
fight
That's
in
not
the
good.
most advantageous way possible,
Better than
probably
Gore
hypnotic
was.
pattern. Beyond that, it's up to you guys.
Okay.
hypnotic pattern and make sure the spellcaster's in it because the other ones might not be smart enough to know that
Right.
how to get him out of it.
So,
I
mean,
move your tokens, move
like-
the horses and such.
All right,
You also have to be within
Well-
30-foot cube range.
I'm pretty
I
sure
can't.
they'll be-
I don't
they'll
have
be
control of
stealthy.
my horse.
Neither
Woody.
do I.
I'm sitting in this tree.
Where do you
Neither
want
I,
the horse to
actually.
be, Yogurt?
Huh?
Where do you want the
I
horse
want the
to
horse
be?
to probably be off the screen since you
Yeah,
said they were going to be
same.
bad at attacking.
Same for mine.
I'm just gonna. I'll like ritual cast speak with animals, I suppose, and
Alex,
I
I
will-
do need control
No, I
of
know.
the horse.
I know. I don't know why you don't have it, to be completely honest, but I'll
I'll
figure it
ritual
out.
cast speak with animals, and I'll tell the horses to stay
I have time to
put.
ritual cast.
It
It takes
takes
10 minutes to
doesn't it?
And you guys are planning on setting something up, right? Like a trap or thing. So, in which case you'd probably.
What are
be
you
there
doing?
too.
That 10 minutes?
Oh, okay.
Ritual cast.
It's
No-
fine.
Yeah,
They'll
normally
figure it
the
out.
fact that
Animals
it's a
are
ritual
smart
cast
though.
doesn't come up, but in this case it kind of does.
Are you
Sure,
ritual
sure.
casting?
Nothing. All right, Maximus, you do have control over your horse now.
Oh, excellent. Okay.
So we're saying that they're going to be passing on this road. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
This
That's the
alleged
road they're passing on.
It's a
The
The
legend
road.
road. It's moist road.
It's moist road.
Slippery slope of a road.
Very true.
How deep is the road?
The road is not deep; it's a flat surface.
Oh, of course, of course.
Yeah, of course, of course.
So that tree that's blocking the road is actually there? or is it
Yeah,
just-
yeah, it just fell. Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, I'm just like, no, like, now I'm like actually seriously asking, like,
No,
how?
Other
how,
tree.
like-
There is a log there. Yes.
Okay, so they're gonna have to go around it. That's
Or
good
over it. Yeah.
for us. How
Or
tall
through
is
it.
it? Like,
They could probably just crush
It's
it
just
with
a
their feet.
normal crushed tree. So. And they're large-sized
but it's like-
creatures.
It looks pretty small.
is it like a big tree? Is it
No,
a small tree?
no, it's just
No,
no,
it's
it's a
not.
very-
They're going to be able to walk right over it,
Easily.
probably.
Even a
Okay,
human could
yeah.
probably walk over it.
Yeah, it doesn't, it's not very thick.
Yeah, 3 feet thick. Okay, are we satisfied with our positions here?
Am I
Don't
like, hidden pretty
measure.
well? Like, how well hidden am I?
Great question. So what we're gonna have you all do is you're all gonna type /GM roll and then D20 and then plus your stealth fire.
I wish I could hear what you're saying.
I said
Oh, because someone else is
do
measuring.
a secret
yeah.
stealth roll too.
Yeah, you're going to do a secret stealth roll, which can be done by this and then stealth mod, or there's a way to set it on your sheet where you need to, where you write like GM only, I think you can do on your sheet. I think there's a way to do that type of roll. Also, when it says stealth mod, you actually do have the right number that is your stealth modifier, not just the word.
Yeah, there's like just toggle the
I
2GM
won't
thing
write
at the
stealth
top.
mod.
Perfect.
Is that like
Um,
Hypnotic pattern's 120 feet, so over range.
It doesn't matter which bush I choose to get behind. Like, there's no additional
That's what I was
modifiers.
about
The
This bush
further
is as
away you
thick
are
as it
from
can
the
be.
further away you are from the road, the less your stealth check matters. 7 needs to roll real fucking high because he's like, right there.
Wait, I
Yeah.
see my own roll. What the hell? Even though I sent it to GM.
I also
Me
see
too.
my own roll.
Alright,
Oh,
I'm coming.
interesting.
Yeah, but
I
I
see
don't
mine,
see
but
it all. So.
Harkon, did it do my stealth mod?
No, because you're supposed to write the number, not the word stealth mod.
Oh.
But that's okay.
Well, I rolled.
Oh.
That's okay. It's fine. I know what your rolls are. That's all that
true.
matters.
It's
We
true.
still need
I
Ethan
can't.
and Dota.
I'm so
Real
excited.
field stank one moment.
Oh, it's only +1, so just add 1.
Yeah.
Will you argue any blocking line of sight means?
No,
This?
an elevation.
Okay.
Alright, true. Is this bush magically like perfectly aligned so that
so
you
there's
can't shoot
that.
through it?
Yes.
And then I need to give you 2, Alex.
Sure. Yeah. Honestly,
Why
yeah.
is your
measuring?
You're also
measuring
yeah,
You know
we
what?
have disadvantage.
Supremely,
No measuring.
Supremely based Maximus moment.
It's a good roll.
why is his measuring weird?
The premium measuring tool.
What?
Paid extra.
What are you asking me?
Oh my god.
Who's measuring
I
is
forgot,
weird?
I'm just being big.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it was Peaches.
What?
If you measure something real quick, I'm curious.
Yeah, sure. 1 sec.
Dota needs to roll stuff.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
You have
Holy
weird
shit.
measuring.
Oh,
Point allowed
that
to
she's
the
using the
check mark.
UI redesign. That's it.
Oh, I didn't know it was an optional thing.
It's
Oh, I thought we were gonna laugh at it for having roll 20 blue.
not quite.
No, I don't pay for Roll20.
So Dota.
Why would you pay for
stealth?
this piece of shit?
Whoa, I reloaded with the UI
Calm down.
design.
Okay.
So true,
all right.
though.
I see all the stealth rolls. Severus, what's your passive perception?
80.
Mine's 12.
Not great.
Which is probably one of the
Check.
higher ones.
And specifically,
No, Peach's
Severus
star
is the one that
before.
matters here.
Oh, I like 10.
10? Okay. So you look back at the woods above you. You can't see Renesmee. She's out of line of sight.
All right,
You can't
go
see
back.
Father Rixion. You can't see Maximus or Mickey. You can very easily see Grania.
I'm hiding, guys.
Oh, I'll look back to Grania and like, because we've been practicing stealth, I'll try to like, give her like a pointer or something maybe? Like somehow signal to her without screaming, giving hand signs like, yo,
Yeah, we can see
you
you.
need to, you're fucking up.
Yeah, I can kind of sign now.
I mean,
So
yeah,
I
you guys
can-
understand sign language, so you can just say, like, in sign language, I can see.
Yeah, I will sign. I will get her attention by waving my hands. And then once she looks at me, I will sign. I can see you. Hide
You'll sign back,
better.
I can see you.
No.
Hide
Base.
better.
Okay.
Yeah, you can reroll.
I don't know how this works. Okay, that's what I was about to ask the
Yeah.
implications of that. Okay.
If it's below the passive perception of your own party members, they'll be able to just say, like, that's a bad hiding spot, bro.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, can Peach see anybody?
No, because the reason why you can is because you can just look up the hill, and because of your elevation, you're at the lowest point. You just see along the hillside, like, random faces in the fucking
You
trees.
would see what the ogres are seeing pretty much.
Yeah, whereas for
Renesmee's
everyone else-
Pointer.
Renesmee's behind
Okay.
me, so she would see
After
me
giving
for
your
sure.
pointer, Grania literally disappears from this plane of existence.
Yeah, you don't see her anymore.
She teleported away.
Also
Just
that.
dissipate because you were so
She used the scroll. She
Just
used it.
True.
Renesmee.
Cast
God.
invisibility.
All right. And as you guys are here, there's this thump that comes from down the trail. And Mickey is a very well-trained horse, so he stays quiet. But he's freaking out. And I know my voice is going to lag to all hell, so let's make a second.
Oh no.
I mean, you said it did. So the first of the ogres enters. He's tall, some 9 feet, large steel pauldron on his right shoulder, several chains of different lengths around his waist, and a weapon in his left hand, which is a sickle with a long piece of chain. He stomps down the road, walks over to the log and seems to look at it for moments, and slowly leaves the entourage against her.
Yeah, you're lagging quite bad.
I am. So,
There's
as the
a
other
guy hiding in the
ogres,
bush.
as the ogres enter, some of them, seem to sniff, which is interesting. They don't seem to look around; they seem to sniff the air. But they will begin to walk over the log, and one of them, the one that's near this bush, he seems to smell something. It's not clear if it's related to you guys at all.
These are the only 3 that we see, right?
There are no, literally right off the map. There's 3 more of them, like 5 feet off the map. But let me move them real quick.
Wait, 3 more. You said there were 5.
There are 5 normal ones and 1 big one.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god, he's so
Alright.
big.
The big boy. He's just, that's why huge size. He's not any taller.
Is it
He's just real
a
big.
hypnotic pattern?
Yeah.
So
I
what's the
measured
range? You get all of them?
They're in range.
Okay.
Yeah, they are.
So
That's what I was
they all
gonna
walk
ask.
out
If
onto
once
the
they all
trail.
move within to range, I want a hypnotic pattern.
One of them is still sniffing the air, but the one behind him slaps him on the head, and they start moving down the path.
Hypnotic pattern.
Well,
Got it.
I literally asked if they were all within range.
I don't know if they're
They
all
were.
range.
Why didn't? What? Of course, it's like 120 feet, isn't it?
I don't know.
Oh, I thought you were measuring
these
it.
at the same time, or what the fucking thing was, because he said they're off the map a second ago. So they were all in the same area. They weren't moving in separate times.
Yeah, do you want to use it now?
Yeah.
Okay.
The
Sure.
30-foot cube, so.
Only Dota gets that like surprise action for now. But we'll go Dota's thing and then we'll go on.
Mhm.
All right, let's get some rolls. Boom. Boom. All right. Now I'm gonna roll the hypnotic pattern thing. So what's the DC, Dota? Like, sorry, what is the
18.
roll?
Wisdom, I'm pretty sure.
All right.
Yeah, wisdom's the
This is all fails.
Yeah, so far all the normal ogres have failed hypnotic pattern. And then the shaman.
And the shaman's the only one with glowing eyes, right?
Yeah,
Oh, there's a chance of passing. Good chance.
pass.
Oh my god,
Wow.
double crit?
Only +6. That's a good chance to fail.
All right.
A double 20 is so rare. Wow.
1 in 400.
And 400.
So we're on the initiative. Perfect. So the way I'm gonna rule this, since you guys have surprised them, there is a condition that we almost never use, but it perfectly applies. Wait, where is it? One second. I gotta find it. I think the surprise condition. It's still like it's meant to be a thing. I'm gonna go find it. I think it gives you advantage on attacks. I gotta go find it.
No, I flipped it.
Yeah, it does. I know because it's fucking rose.
If you're surprised, you can't move or take an Oh, okay, never mind. I misread this. It's basically just a surprise round. So you guys have 1 full round of actions, and then the ogres can go. Because this is about the most textbook size situation, like humanly imaginable. They were not expecting a fight. They never saw you before this. Like, this is complete surprise. So, Maximus, you go first.
Oh boy. That's sort of excellent, like exactly what I wanted. We're just gonna roll
will
up
say-
right to the big dude.
Because
Also what?
sleep is not a concentration spell, I can sleep it if we wanted to fight after that and just take out the little guys first, one by one. But if you can let's start with that. Yeah.
All right then.
Oh yeah. I
I
was
will,
definitely about to shoot that guy.
I will. Oh, am I in your way?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, we need some space on the top side, right?
That's pretty good for Ixon.
And then I'm gonna action search. Why not?
Okay.
No, you can't just do that. You gotta kill him.
Yeah, I could get there.
I think it'll be all right. 1, 2, 3, 4 nets.
2 of those hit.
Do we have advantage?
No, you're just getting an extra full turn.
Damn it. I suppose that's basically the same thing.
Wait. All this game was, I'm gonna shove everyone ever. Jump.
Yeah, bonus action shove. Bonus action drink a potion.
True.
Bonus action throw a potion on the ground to AoE heal everybody.
Alright, you strike Shaman twice. Your mithril blade sinks deep into his flesh. Whatever mention there was of like resistance to weapons, I think you're starting to get the sense that had nothing to do with like actual resistances, but more so to do with the guy just didn't do that much damage.
Nice, okay.
So you're done?
He's bloodied, is he? I don't suppose he's bloodied, is he?
No, he's not bloody.
Nets. Yeah, I think that's it.
Renesmee.
I am going. I'm going to cast Call Lightning. I will want it to be. Can I see like the bigger map?
Yeah. You can see the entire ogre column because you're elevated above them.
Got
But
it.
if you hit somebody that's hypnotized, they break out of it, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
you
no,
want
I
to
don't.
like some aircraft here.
Exactly. I don't want to do that. Well, I want to cast it like the Call Lightning so that it's quite big. So that it's roughly like the storm is like all around here.
Sure. Yeah, you can easily hit just the shaman.
Yeah, and then once I cast Call Lightning, I want to wild shape into a vulture. Bonus action. Circle of energy.
Yeah, I was just double checking something. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, where's my vulture token? Here we go. Giant vulture.
Very
Oh,
nice.
she won't fit.
Oh, it's so ugly.
Yeah, I swear we had this before, where she was complaining it was ugly.
Wait, I actually did send you a vulture token.
Yes, because you were complaining this one was ugly. I remember.
Jesus.
So vividly.
Ugly.
Please, Barbara, please. I
It's
think
like
so
a harpy or
I
something.
knew it. I knew it.
It ruins my immersion.
How does this? Vultures are ugly. Does that ruin your
I'm
immersion?
actually-
It doesn't even look
I'm
like a
actually
normal
Truman.
vulture.
It's not a normal
Okay,
vulture. It's a
yeah.
giant
It
vulture.
looks like an Eric Crow with mange.
roll
The
roll
normal one.
3d10
normal
plus
one
6.
isn't much prettier. Okay, 1 second. I'm so for real.
The one you sent me last time, I remember because it's a giant
Okay,
eagle. It's the
honestly.
exact same as a giant eagle.
No. I'll send you a better
No,
one.
it's fine. Just roll 3d10 plus 6,
In
please.
Pax I can't even describe how bad this ruins my game, Harpon. Please.
There's no way it ruins
Just
it
roll
that much.
3d10 plus 6.
I sent 2 in Pax Mithdosica chat. Slash
I'm actually losing.
3d10.
Okay. Perfect. I think that's exactly average. No, it's a little bit average. Okay, cool.
Well, I want to fly because it's on the mainland.
Yep,
and I
you
wanna
can move up to
fly
60
in the
feet.
air. Yeah, I'll move up to 60 feet in the air.
Now, how high does she get before the other ogres could see her from the other tribes?
Nowhere, because it's a bridge thing where, like, they'd have to be on this side of the valley to even see her. Severus,
Yeah.
it's your turn.
Well, had Peach even done the Call Lightning? There was no big save,
oh,
there
yeah,
was no
good point.
damage.
Yeah, good point. Peach, roll 3d10.
Wait, why?
But on the first
Call
time you
lightning.
cast it, you got the first lightning down. Like the first strike.
Correct, yeah. When you
But I
call...
already did roll 3d10.
Yeah, but that was for your health as
That
a
was for the
vulture.
health of the vulture.
Oh, I'm done.
No, you're not dumb. But, he did fail save, so he takes half damage because he's resistant to light damage.
Ah,
That's unexpected.
Alright, Severus, it's your turn.
Do these people see me?
No.
Yeah, so I'm shooting this guy and I have advantage on the attack, right?
Correct.
Doesn't it mean it's sneak attack?
Yeah. Well, I guess you can technically adjacent to it anyway, but the advantage is still there.
That indeed
26
hits.
hit. Wait, it's actually a 27 because of the dread.
Well, it hits either way, so...
Oh yeah, that's all damage.
What the?
That was a crazy
that's
message.
without
Somebody
sneak attack.
needs
That's
there.
without sneak attack.
yeah, add
Sneak
sneak
attack
attack.
is 5d6. There.
Holy.
Alright,
Okay, we're
30 damage.
going from 11 to 30.
Yeah. Alright, Granny, it's your turn. Peach, why are you sending me these pictures?
Do you have a bonus
I'm
action you
actually
can use?
asking you so sincerely, please.
I'll fix it after this come back.
That's what he said last time.
Yeah, and I forgot. But I won't forget this time, surely.
Can't you get away with it?
So, if we want to completely skip its turn, I could literally just sleep it, and then,
Sleep isn't concentration, right?
It's not going anyways, it's a surprise round.
Oh, it's... Oh.
Oh, and then I go after its turn, and I'm gonna wake it up. So
Well, yeah, the point
if you were
was
to sleep it. Oh, to skip
The point was to
the-
skip its
yeah.
turn. Yeah, you
Gotcha.
can attack it after.
You can do that next turn.
Uh,
or something.
Yeah, so I think that'll be the plan. Okay, so I'll just move here and then. Oh no, not there. So they get 30 feet. Can't see.
Is it bloody?
Below the rock. No.
Yes.
Well,
but
you
we
can
didn't
be
wanna get-
you can be right underneath me. I'm just a vulture. I'm in the air. I'm not occupying that space.
Well, that's not the issue. I just want the high ground.
Ah, okay.
See it. And then Eldritch Blast 2.
You don't have repelling, right?
Is that the one that pushes pulse streams?
Mm-hmm.
I do not. Does
You're
15 hit?
agonizing us.
Yeah, 15 hits.
Yeah, that is.
There you go. Yeah.
Jesus Christ, that's a lot of damage. Yeah, 14 force damage onto our big friend, the Ogre Shaman. He is nearly dead. He has been stabbed and shot and exploded. He was surprised that turn, so nothing really happens. Dark Pattern, you don't make additional saves, right?
I think you don't. You?
You don't.
No.
I think it's just if you
Just-
take damage, you get auto.
If you take damage, you get waken up, woken up.
Also,
Yeah.
creatures, the spell ends for an effect that takes any damage or someone else. Yeah, it doesn't end until a minute from now.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Expeditious retreat as a bonus action.
Cool.
Lets me dash on this turn as well as a bonus action on the rest of my turns as long as it's up.
That's
And
not
I'm gonna
retreating.
dash. Yeah, I know.
That doesn't make any
I'm gonna
sense.
I'm gonna go there. And I'm gonna advantage strike this guy with
Pow!
my
Oh, good.
thing
okay.
that I
No,
use.
I get. No, I get.
Yeah, now you get it as well.
Your thing
Or
that
maybe
you
I'll be.
use.
Yeah, well, when I redid the UI, it closed my sheet, so I lost it.
And you didn't
Great-
reopen it. Feels bad, man. Okay,
didn't
yeah, you
reopen
swing
it.
with your Mythical Greatsword. That does indeed hit. And you slice open...
and
No,
so
sorry.
That's with a plus 10 damage as well.
Since it is bloodied, it has resistance to piercing, bludgeoning, slashing. So it takes, what is that, 8 damage? Yeah, 8 damage.
But it's
Oh.
20. The plus 10 isn't getting put on there.
You should fix that.
I don't know.
Badass or damage
Is
modifier.
it just on here?
It may not be
oh.
there.
Okay, it is there. I just didn't have it clicked.
Okay,
I had the
so we can add
minus 5
10 more, so it
clicked.
takes an additional 5 damage.
Okay.
That one also hits. You deal 18 damage. You slice open the throat of the ogre, and before a single spell leaves its lips, it strikes ground dead.
Good.
Nice.
Fuck
Very
that
nice.
All right, we
All
skip
right,
all
now
the
we can
ogre's
just do
turns,
this.
and we're in
Go
actual
first.
combat. Maximus.
All right then.
Do we just start picking them off one by one?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I see no reason why we can't.
Do we go for this one because he's looking a little different than the others? Special.
Jesus Christ.
I mean,
Not in a
yeah.
mean way.
I mean,
I
why
know,
not?
just this one's a bit different. Let's kill him first.
Well, he just has something. I'm in the air, and I don't want him to throw something at
I mean,
me.
that's exactly what you go for.
It
in a
takes
battle, right?
it takes them a while to get there, though, right?
Oh, then don't do it.
Get
Don't
there
do
in
it.
one.
I mean,
I can go over this thing, can't I?
we have 5 more rounds of. Oh no, 9 more rounds.
No, shouldn't we have 9? Yeah. Shouldn't we have like a ridiculous number of rounds
Yeah.
to
we
do
have a lot
this?
more rounds.
Okay. Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
no,
I'll
just
move-
go for the one right next to you, because he's not going to attack
Yeah.
you anyways.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do. Yeah, I'll go for this one, and then I will just attack it twice.
Okay.
First attack has advantage.
Yep. Both
Sick.
hit.
Okay, yeah, because
All
24
right.
damage.
The ogre wakes from the hypnosis. His eyes, which had previously scrambled by the strange dancing lights in front of him, he looks at you with rage.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I don't.
Is it valid?
Giant vulture Nesme.
Ciao! Oh wow, that fucking sucks.
Who are you lightning?
I was gonna lightning the same one that
How can you lightning just that ogre and not one of your allies?
I'm pretty
Oh
sure
dear.
that
Like,
I
right,
can
that's-
just lightning
that's
onto
where
this
right there.
guy's like body.
What's the range of it?
Oh, right. It's a fight. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Okay. Let's make a save for our good friend Ogre. He fails, so he takes 7 lightning damage. All right, he is now
Wow.
bloodied. Severus.
All right, so they have like a bit more than 50 health. Then. Let's go.
And I'm shooting that guy as well. No longer advantage.
That hits.
And this time I should double sneak attack.
Since the ogre's blood now has resistance, so it will take 10 damage.
Wait, it has resistance?
It's
Once they're
bloody.
bloodied, they have resistance
Yeah,
to
they
like
get-
so
they get
much.
resistance.
That's so rude. What the hell?
So it's essentially like 70-ish health then,
Yeah.
if we factor in the
Grania,
resistance.
what are you doing?
Although Eldritch isn't resisted.
Takes like 2 steps to the right and then boom, just fucking unleashes a torrent of Eldritch Blast, both of which hit. Instant death.
Sick. So we do have enough damage. We should wait.
I should go
Till we-
here
till
and
we-
wait
till
until
we
we
wake up
circle
the next
around.
one.
So it's so I don't wake him up and then he
Ready
gets
an
a
attack
turn.
then?
Okay, yep. No, because he's
You can-
not awake.
You can ready your action for necklace attacks.
Yeah,
you
I'll
only get
ready
one,
my
but the other
action
one-
to attack after you do.
Correct. You do only get 1 attack though, just to be clear.
That's okay. It'll
Okay.
still be an advantage.
better than nothing.
I mean, the way yeah, it doesn't quite matter. I think we figured this in combat out.
Wait, why he wouldn't need to ready his turn because his turn comes before. Oh wait, and then he gets his turn again.
And
Yeah,
then-
that makes
If
sense.
he would have
Never mind,
attacked him
never
now,
mind.
the troll would have
Yep.
taken a turn. Or ogre.
Yeah, that's
And we
uh,
could have
Can't
looked
let
at the
this
other
go
one,
second
and then we could have ended up taking damage in this fight when we don't need to.
Maximus.
yes. So are we just gonna wait till the top of the round then?
Yeah.
You are the top of the round, so yeah.
Or was it my turn?
Yes.
Boy. See that? Yep. There we go. Okay. Yep. I will just move on down the line. I get advantage on this.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Alright. Sick.
This
Wham,
is actually
wham.
just- We're just executing them.
Yeah.
We didn't
Both
even
hit.
talk to them. They were good chaps.
Yeah, and that's why they were
Alex
eating
was-
those people.
Alex
Says
was both
rush.
Yeah, those both
They
hits. A
gotta do
19
what they
and a
gotta
22.
do. Okay. The
All right,
growing
first one
boys.
goes through in full, like half of the second one goes through, and then it's resisted, so it takes like,
Excuse me,
Okay.
Yogi, you're playing
Oh
Father
wow,
Rixion.
that one has a lot less. That one has a lot less health.
yeah.
What did you say?
I said, excuse me, Yogi, you're playing Father Rixion, not Rush.
Giant Vulture Nesme.
Oh, wait. Ready to attack from Rixion goes off, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, true.
Oh yep, there you go.
Y'all know what I'm doing.
Which one are you going to lightning bolt?
Unless,
it's-
Whichever
unless
one
he
is-
kills. Oh my god.
I'm
Did
going
you
after
just
this
kill it?
one.
It's resistant, so it takes 13 damage.
I'm going after the one that they're attacking always.
How can you hit that and not one of your allies?
Once
Wouldn't
again,
it-
5
It's a
feet
5
range.
foot radius.
So I would
bro.
just hit over here.
Okay. You scorch that tree, strike the critter. It makes a dex
A
saving
burning
throw.
branch hits this guy and he wakes up.
Based, I
Thinking
mean, in
capacity.
time, and like if you give it a couple minutes, yeah, it would spread and hit him. Crazy how that works. All right, the ogre, the normal ogres are not resistant to lightning, so this one instantly dies when the lightning bolt strikes its body.
Oh, cool.
All right, rinse and repeat then.
Cyrus,
Readying my action to shoot this one as soon as Maximus attacks it.
okay. Grania,
Same thing, readying Eldritch Blast on it after Maximus attacks.
okay. Father Rixio,
Moving here to give advantage.
Oh, yeah, there.
I think you... Oh no, yeah, that works with dead body.
And then readying an
Oh,
action.
With a horse, it could be tough.
all right. I don't think that there's any way for this encounter to go different than how it's going right now. So I'm just thinking if there's anything that could happen.
We could all 5 roll
Do we
ones or
fast
something.
forward?
Yeah, I think we are.
It's up
'cause
to you
I'm-
if you want to skip past us possibly missing our attacks.
I don't know
Unlikely,
if
but-
this is going to be any
Matt does.
different, but maybe we skip to him.
It doesn't. No, it's not different. Basically, only 3 of you need to hit to actually kill one of these things, and you have so many attacks. I don't think it's possible for it to survive. At most, you can take an attack, but I think I'm comfortable in saying that you execute remaining ogres. Their eyes stare at beautiful patterns, and for a brief, they come to lucidity and realize the direness of their situation, and they almost immediately
They die.
And then I'm immediately retrieving all the arrows I fired.
I'm going to this guy and seeing what kind of weird things he had, because he had glowing eyes, so that's curious.
Yeah, on his neck there is a piece of leather cord which has at the end of it a small face, like a little
small
stone
what?
carved face.
Oh.
Did you roll for piety?
I did not roll for piety, but that wouldn't really apply to them because they're not clerics.
The one with glowing eyes wasn't a paladin?
No,
Come on, only 2 arrows.
Sag.
It's a
You've
D2,
only
right?
Ever...
It is a D2, yeah.
For Mithril arrows?
Yes.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it's like special for Mithril.
No. For mithril arrows, there's 0 chance of them breaking. So you roll a d2 to see if you can recover them from the bodies, so that they didn't go flying somewhere else.
Oh.
Is
But I
it,
hit them.
If we
red
wanted
one?
to get ultra granular with it, yeah, we'd have 2 separate percentage chances for if you hit or if you miss, but that's too much for players to track because they always forget, so I'm just going to go with D2 as I always have.
Didn't we roll a D4 on Aeolion?
That's
Or
because
not
he was
Aeolion,
rolling,
Fuck, Riemann.
because that's because Riemann was using normal arrows.
He used a D4 and then a 1, like a 1.
I
broke
don't
the arrow.
recall that. I'd have to teleport back 3 years and figure out why I made that ruling, but either way,
The only
we've been
thing
doing
he was
D2
like
the
an
whole-
expert
is
or
either a paladin or like detect magic, right? So this is neither of those, though. That'd be
Correct.
weird.
Either way, yeah. So on the shaman, you find that little leather cord with the face, the stone face carved into it. There's a wooden staff. There is a small sprig of some sort of plant inside of his side pouch, along with several body parts of humans.
His eyes have now dimmed.
Yes.
I'll wait. I don't see anything super interesting, I don't think, so I'll wait for Severus to detect.
Do we want to take the 10 minutes for that?
Okay, I'll just rip off his necklace.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
put
you
it
break
in
the
the
leather
pouch.
cord and acquire this small little stone face.
Anything interesting on the other ones? Any
Each
coin bags,
ogre
something
seems to
like
have a
that?
very remarkably standardized kit. Also, it's excellent.
Oh, no.
That one, I know. I realized I changed that one to a regular ogre, but it was a chain ogre. So the chain brute would have had a long chain with a sickle at the end, and then a small little grab bag of smaller human organs, not like the big ones like lungs and hearts, but more like the gallbladders, kidneys, spleens, those sorts of things.
Oh, we can sell those.
The normal 4 ogres, they all have a pretty standard kit of a spiked club, a large log with like a point at the end of it, and then they have these satchels that contain all the worldly possessions, which in this case is almost entirely food.
As in human
So
body.
no
parts.
valuables.
Yeah, as in human bodies. And I mean, a lot of food. Oh, also, some of them have little trophy necklaces that seem to bear, like, some of them are like bones. One of them has a non-human skull. The skull is like short and squat, but it's roughly human shaped. Yeah.
Probably a dwarf.
Wait, I want to go through their food supplies and see if any of the like maybe ripped off hands or something are like wearing rings or shit.
Jesus Christ, that is fucking grim. Yeah, you go into the
That's
gore
nice.
bags.
To return to their families, right?
Surely, yeah.
Of
You go into the
course.
gore bags of the 5
Surely.
ogres, and you realize that full limbs, like hands, feet, arms, legs, those will go to the big ogre. These other ogres, they get the viscera, they get like the guts, they get none of the no heads or anything, nothing that's
Anybody eat a coin?
I
not,
feel like
not quite.
Oh, I want to ask Renesmee what the weird plant is, because she's a naturey person.
That's true.
Weird plant?
Yeah, there was
head isn't a very
inside the side package of the shaman, there was a large bushel, like even for an ogre, it'd be large bushel of shit. And yeah, Renesmee, you can descend from the hill and investigate it. It is a rather common spice used in not really Mithdosian cooking, but it is a local spice. You would know it as thyme.
Oh. It's
nice.
just a spice. It's thyme. Like what people use to
Time for
season
what?
food.
Yeah, sorry, I can't. I can't not.
So yeah, that is
That's pretty bad.
that's all. Just a little bit of seasoning.
Bizarre creatures.
Very, very bizarre indeed. Well, that went exceptionally well. Whoa,
Yes,
only-
surprisingly.
Only like
Oh.
2 more
Should
times.
we head
Oh, I
to the
suppose.
next group?
Yeah, I'm still in bird shape. I guess I'm not going to change out of it, so I shouldn't be speaking. But I'll fly over and I'll be
I
like,
guess I don't know it's time then.
Yeah, Al.
oh.
It's okay.
Yeah, I'll
I'll
look at
just
it.
carry on to it until you come back.
Yeah, I'll look at it
Is
with
there
my
any way a
beady eye,
vulture
and I'll
can
be
do
like,
sign language?
ah.
They do not have hands to do sign language.
Like with their claws?
That is not
talons,
sign
whatever?
language. That
I
is
don't
talon
speak
language.
sign language anyway.
Also,
I guess you would tell one of you. I'll just
Good one,
I'll just
Alex.
pack it up to my my paladin horse. And then
okay, yeah, you guys can
later.
climb back onto your horses. Renesmee, you want to circle upward on a vertical air shaft and look for the other ogre columns.
Yeah.
Yeah, you sort of
I'm-
fly upward, and it's very early in the morning, like very early, because they started moving at the crack of dawn, and then you ambush them. And the thing is that it's kind of hard to see because these woods that you are in, which is what most of this region is, aren't exactly easy to see through. Like, there's no giant open area for trails. These trails are like 5 feet across and underneath the boughs of trees. And as tall as these ogres are, they're not taller than trees. So you circle upward, and you can see where they came from because you can see destroyed villages in their wake from the mountains that sort of climb upward. But when you look eastward or northward, you don't actually see the ogre columns.
Okay.
Just a heads up as well, I can do this exactly 2 more times.
Well, that's quite good for us. I know that they went in a certain direction,
I
though.
doubt
Yeah.
it's going to work quite as well as it did that time. That time it worked like astounding.
Impeccably.
We
Agreed.
might as well try.
Well, it's a good formula. We'll do it again, but we have to find them.
Yeah, you guys would have to track them on foot because again, they are
Well,
shorter than the tree line. So you being
They're
up
going
high
down
doesn't
the
actually give you an
Mithdosian
advantage.
high road, like Imperial
Yeah,
Road,
we can
right?
just- we can
Yeah,
just track them.
these are not imperial highways that are like 25 feet wide for multiple carts. These are imperial back roads that are what you just saw, like 5 feet wide underneath the boughs of trees. So they're not like giant open
And wet.
areas where you can just look.
Is
And
this
wet,
correct,
yeah.
Archon, that they had different whiz modifiers?
Correct. Yeah.
They have anywhere between -2 and +2, so they have to roll.
I'm at
17 or below.
+6.
If they're the shaman, yeah. But it depends on initiative to deal with shamans for what it looks like, because we'll have a surprise round regardless. It just depends on initiative.
Well, we
As you
might
guys
not know if
are-
we're tracking them.
Well, we just find out where they're going and get ahead of them on the road. Right?
Either way, we should definitely like start tracking them on the road.
Yes.
As you are going to
Stand
get your
high,
horses and prepare to
Rennes
get
way
going,
above.
Father Rixion, you hear a voice in your head that sounds a bit like, Sagranish, Grokta Lamul.
So true, so true.
Is it coming from the head?
No, it's coming from your head, in your head.
Oh. Is it because I have this weird necklace?
Why would I answer that question?
Probably.
That's true.
yes, that's the
yeah.
assumption.
Yeah.
It could be ascending stone.
I think they
I was
communicate
about
with
to
this.
say.
I'm gonna hold it up.
Well, then they probably just realized that this one's gone.
Let's move.
Okay,
It
which
was-
one do we
it
want to
was
go for?
definitely in a language I don't. It was giant, probably.
The north or the eastern group? The eastern one was headed out. It was going to go up over 2 more ridges and then out towards the plains of Transatlia. The other one was going to go northward, continuing through the foothills, roughly in the direction of Parla, roughly.
Which one do we think would be closer to a village?
Both of them equidistant. Either way, they'll probably both have arrived at villages by now, because again, these villages are very close together.
I'd say east because wait, if we go north last, we can go from to Parla from there.
Also, if legionnaires are on their way, they would be coming from the north, so they'd encounter that group first. So I
Okay.
want to go eastward?
Yeah.
All right, you guys get on horseback. You ride northward towards the ruined village. It is, there is no signs of any activity. The ogres were very efficient in their cleansing of life here. You make your way eastward, traveling along an imperial road, riding hard on horseback. You climb up
Or
one
Rennes
ridge.
May, who's still flying, right?
Yeah.
Is Rennes?
Scouting
Okay,
for
what's
us?
happening with
Ahead?
Nami then?
We can just be there, right?
Is Nami not just like following them?
I don't know. What is she doing?
Just following the people.
Okay. All right. She just follows the peeps.
Yeah.
Continue east. You rise up over a ridge, descend down into a valley. You climb up over another ridge. And what is the passive perception of a giant vulture?
Ooh, that is a great question. 1 second. Giant
We retain our
vulture.
mental statistics.
Yes.
As a
So
bird?
it's,
Oh,
I
yeah.
guess you're right. Yeah, just be Renesmee's passive perception.
Yeah. Passive. Oh, it says senses passive perception 13 for like typically, but if it's my passive perception, then it would be. Can't fucking find it.
It's your wisdom modifier plus your.
Oh, 8.
You have a
Yeah.
past perception of 18.
Well, it says perception, wisdom, and beside it, it says 8.
Yeah, so you have a okay, cool. We're gonna take a quick 5-minute break then, and we'll be right back.
Why?
You see something.
Uh-oh.
We're about to
Um,
end the session now.
Yeah, we only got like
13 minutes. Okay then. Yeah, I guess we'll do this next session. So, since the vulture is flying up in the air, Vulture Nesme, the new token that I'll get next session of Vulture Nesme is flying up in the air. She flies over one ridge and looks down onto the plains because the hill kind of slopes down over the course of a couple miles. And here on the plains of Transatlia, there's not like dense villages. There's more just rolling countryside in all directions. So you can see like since you're so up high in the air, you're up on like basically a hilltop. You can see literally like 12 miles in all directions, and you can see just a straight line of like destroyed farmhouses as the ogres seem to be going like straight due east, like in the cardinal direction of east. They're just obliterating farmhouses along their way, and you can see a band of 6 of them. Currently breaking down the door of a farmhouse, one of the bigger ones rushing inside, and you can see a shaman chanting and a great storm cloud rolling overhead. And we'll deal with this ogre warband next time.
Oh, that'll be so interesting if it can cast Call Lightning, because I can cast Call Lightning, and if there's a pre-existing storm, then
Indeed.
I get like... Oh, that's
Does that count as
so
a pre-existing
interesting.
storm?
It does not count as a pre-existing storm, no.
Oh,
I think
okay.
it only counts for natural ones.
Correct.
Wait, but then question: if that kind of Call Lightning storm is above, then would I have to cast Call? How the? Figure
We'll
it out
cross
for
that
next
bridge when we
session,
come
yeah?
to it next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess thing. So scheduling should be mostly fixed from now on, so I think we'll be good for next week. We'll figure that out though. Yeah, maybe 1 or 2 more weeks of being fucked up, but soon we'll return to every week. Second, we'll continue along this strange thing of monsters not even from this continent being here. And congratulations to Peach again for getting married. Yay.
I'm married.
Married. All right. Yeah, I think that's all for now. See you guys next week. Bye-bye.